Are you in Brisbane and looking for Brisbane's largest range of premium aerosols? Crush City was established in 2010 to provide a great retail space and the best quality materials and equipment for every occasion. With heavy stocks of Montana cans, Iron Lac, Bez, Loop and Molotov. To find out more, including opening times and deliveries, get at the team at crushcity.com.au or get at the team via Crush City Fame on Instagram. Or head into the shop at 423 Ipswich Road, Annerley. Crush City are proud sponsors of Beers, Beats and the Biz.
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
Media Fortress is an Australian web hosting company operating out of Melbourne, established in 2009. They offer domains, hosting, website builders, and online marketing support. If you are sick of sending your dollars overseas for a slow-loading website, check out Media Fortress. They will transfer your website free. Domains from as little as $17.50 and hosting from as low as $7.50 per month. Head to mediafortress.com.au for 100% Australian-owned domain registration and Australian hosting, custom website design, and search engine optimization and marketing. That's Media Fortress, mediafortress.com.au, or call them on 1300 308 488. Media Fortress are official sponsors of Beers, Beats and the Biz. Support businesses supporting us. 420 Superstore are one of Australia's largest providers of 420 cultural giftwares and paraphernalia. Their product range includes a wide variety of items, from dried herb aromatherapy devices, rolling and cutting supplies, herbal extraction devices, hydroponic grow equipment, to candy, carver and clothing. Open at their brick and mortar location at the Hooper Centre, Toowoomba, Queensland, and online at 420superstore.com.au. From seed to satisfied, 420 Superstore has everything you need. Visit 420superstore.com.au today. 420 Superstore are official sponsors of Beers, Beats and the Biz. Support businesses supporting us.
You wanna know the real deal? Here it is. You're tuned in to Beers, Beats and the Biz.
All right. Yes. Once again, back in effect. This is the Beers, Beats and the Biz podcast, broadcasting live from the Shire Studios, being filmed. We've got the team in the house again for the third week running, man. And this is fucking, it's all happening down here now. I mean, if you're tuning in, you already know what it is, man. We've got this shit. We're all fucking out here and popping. We're recording these well ahead of time at the moment, too. So we're actually going into our fucking, what are we at? Well, our third recorded episode going into this, or third filmed episode, should I say. And it's quite the journey, man. We're loving it, man. It's fucking amazing stuff. Big shouts to Mesk, big shouts to Dom and the team and 420 and all that kind of shit for making all this happen. But listen, last week, real brief, we had Ducats in the place. What a legend. Love Ducats. Just, one of my favorite human beings making music in this city, and he's doing some amazing things. Now, as of you hearing this, I'm just trying to work out what week this will be dropping in. We have Brad on his way. I think this will be dropping the week of the Brad Strut show, so that's obviously sold out. We should have given away a double pass by then and all that kind of shit, but yeah, it's all happening. We've got t-shirts, we've got everything. We're filming, and we are joined for the first time in 100+ episodes by an incredible friend of mine, a person that I am proud to call a friend, a dude who doesn't stop himself, my man Gaz Hazard.
Gazzy.
What's happening? How are you, bro?
I'm good.
Dude, I think we worked out it's been, 104 episodes? You're back on episode 6.
Episode 6 or 7, yeah.
So in the infancy of this podcast.
Man. Yeah. I remember you talking this into its fruition,
Kinda.
basically. Yeah.
And now look, here we are, man. We got these fucking cameras and all
Yeah.
kinds of shit. And like, dude, how many releases have you put out in the past 4 years? Since your first appearance.
It doesn't stop for me. It doesn't stop. I enjoy making music. So
dude, that's what it's all about.
That's what I do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you're in the process of making
got
a new record.
New release coming. I can see Seppuku sitting there.
We're going to talk it all.
That was a good one. Done some work with Flu Dust from Melbourne.
Yep.
Which was a killer release.
That was for the 7-inch, eh?
Yeah, 7-inch.
Yep.
Didn't do much in between Welcome to Gullywood, but Seppuku was the one that. Yeah.
Well, dude, we were talking on the phone last night, and this is where I thought we'd kick things off, because we're going to go into all this shit. I want to get into how you're connected with Flu, obviously connecting with Lays and putting this stuff out and all that kind of thing. Dude, you've just taken down all your music off all your video clips. So there's still music up on stuff. And man, once, as we always say, only go into what you care to go into, but you've decided to remove most of your music from
videos.
The videos. So
video clips, yeah. Taking video clips down from YouTube because fuck YouTube basically.
Yeah. No doubt.
It's really, really why.
Yeah.
No, look, it's the older I get, the videos that they don't represent me anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't like to. I couldn't watch one of them back. I don't like to share them. They're not something I feel comfortable doing. Acting in a video, So it was never something I wanted to ever do. So for me, I didn't see a need for them to be up there anymore. I don't need to promote my music anymore. My supporters buy my music physically. So I'm blessed in that regard. But the videos, they're just not necessary anymore.
I would say, dude, you've got to be one of the few artists with that mindset, though.
Yeah, I'm going back to the underground with my stuff. It's back to that underground mentality for me, and it has been for the last since Welcome to Gollywood. Basically, working on the label, having everything thrown at it with multiple people, everything, it needed to be stripped back and gone back to where I enjoy.
To the essence.
Yeah. And that's where Lazy was such a G about working with me on that. Where it was, we enjoyed every moment of it. It was something that, from start to finish, open to fold. That's the way I envisioned it.
It was just
what I mean?
A simple, easy, good process.
And it represents me more so than anything I've ever done before. You know what I mean? There's raw tracks in there. There's real tracks. There's braggadocio. There's me talking shit. There's all of that stuff. That's me in its essence in a nutshell.
When did this drop now?
How
old is this now?
Not that old.
It's not that old, eh?
No. I was gonna do.
The 70s
I was gonna do a launch at the end of last year, but I couldn't bring.
The cassette was incredible too.
So
this came limited edition cassette. Seppuku. It was fucking amazing.
The burgundy tape.
The burgundy tape. That's right.
Yeah.
I didn't want to open it, man, because it came sealed, like beautifully packaged.
Yeah. That was the process of it. I wanted it to be special to open, and when you receive something in the mail and it's just in a shitty little, vac seal bag, and you buy a 7-inch, it's got a fold in it. You know what I mean? That shit's just unimpressive to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I buy something, comes in its own little special box, and you're like impressed with the packaging, you're going to be impressed with the product.
Dude,
you know what I mean? I had the same thing. People bought 2, so they didn't have to open it, and they, they sit it in their collection. It's for the collectors.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I always wanted to do tapes, so it had to be the burgundy tape. And that was my Facebook moniker for Burgundy. Don Burgundy for like however many Facebook years, but again, fuck Facebook too.
That shit's fucking dead as well.
But YouTube was more of a decision. Look, I'm a dad now, and like my kids, they're getting older. They watch YouTube. Obviously, son's 10. He comes in and goes, "Oh, I watched one of your videos last night." It's like, "Oh yeah, show me which one." The video was, unfortunately, rest in peace, Lopsided. Myself, it was about overdosing on heroin. It was a real track for me, and there's no lies about that song, but it's not something I want to be represented in that way. So for that was me. The next day, I hit up all the boys and just said, "Take my shit down." And they did. Didn't ask why.
Was it all on your Gaz Hazard YouTube channel?
No, it was on Run Royal on the Carcinogenics page. Lopsy's got a page there too. I can't get shut down because it's fucking YouTube.
Oh, dude,
Rebels Lopsided.
When you told me that last night, I was like, because I looked today, I was like, fuck, so what's left of yours?
It's not that I don't want my music to be available Google-wise, and that's what the internet is these days, but I wanted to take it back a bit. If you can find it, but you have to search for it. And that's what we had to do.
Music. It was all about the search.
So that's, again, the mentality of going back to basics, where I enjoy that space of making music.
Did you check this? Did you see this? Look at this. So this is on Lopsy's YouTube channel from 11 years ago.
This is practicing for a show.
How is it?
Yeah.
What beats that? Was that a beat that went up on a Taunts or Bigfoot record? I fucking swear it is. I'm pretty sure this went up on a Taunts record. But just seeing him cut.
That's on hazardous to your health. I'm pretty sure it is, yeah. Oh, maybe it's not. Hang on.
Dun, dun, dun. I swear I've heard Bigfoot on it. And I guarantee you that's Lops with his little Nokia fucking phone.
Yeah, it is.
You know, no shit. I'd never seen this shit before.
Look, you can see he's only got like 9 fingers.
Yeah. 9 fingers.
Oh, I love that cunt. I miss that cunt, eh?
Oh, dude, it's fucked, eh? You know, you just kind of think about it
Yeah,
now.
I know. That's the thing. Like, it was a tough decision to take videos down with him in it, but you know, I don't like. Honestly, like, I have a hard time looking at him in look like that.
Yeah,
you know, I try to remember him in good ways.
Have you thought?
Same with Bez.
Well,
you
of
know what I mean?
course.
Like when someone shows me a picture of him in his last days, I'm like, that's not Bez.
No.
You know, that's what happened to Bez.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And I love that dude. No
Yeah.
one can tell me different.
Yeah.
You know,
You
so-
saw. Listen, I want to ask you something briefly, just about, like, you know, taking all your stuff down. Actually, yeah, let's just go there now, because we can talk about Lops and all that as we go through things. But like removing all those videos, because they are still videos that mean something to you. Now, I know exactly the feeling, dude. When you become that parent and shit like that, all of a sudden, like, you know, like my daughter Lucia, you know, I was telling you
I
last
said it
night.
to you last night. Yeah, it's not like I became a father and now I'm becoming a father.
No.
You know
They're just
what I
getting
mean?
older, and it's like, you know, she comes out with the iPad the other day and she goes, "Mum, Daddy's on YouTube." You know, and I was just like, and that's what Nadi tells me, and I'm like, "No."
That's what my son goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Look,
you know?
Dad, look, there's Jake, and there's
Yeah.
Uncle Peter, and look.
There's only so long you can hide this shit from them, because there's just so much of it out there. They can click on it, press on it.
They've seen it all.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, it's what they go to school and tell their friends, and then the parents.
Again.
You know, it's like that
Yeah.
trickle-on effect
Yeah.
of shit and whatever.
Humans.
You know, you have no regrets.
Humans are just little. No regrets.
in
on
regards
it.
to that music.
No,
or
not
anything.
at all.
No.
I don't know how much work went into them videos,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's a tough decision to make. I know I would have pissed a lot of people off, but again,
I
there's
don't-
no disrespect, direct disrespect. It's
easy
you
to
know,
understand.
If you can't respect me for doing that,
Yeah.
then fuck you anyway.
Yeah. But what I was going to say
Simple
is,
as
what about a
that.
website, dude? Where you can host this shit yourself.
I had my Bandcamp page. I had it for ages
Yeah.
and did a bunch of releases through it, but they just got real greedy with how much they were taking out of. I would sell a CD on there for $15. It'd be $10 postage or whatever, $5 postage. They would take all the postage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Fuck. Yeah.
you know, then I've still got to pay postage out of. So, in essence, you know, look, put it this way, just Seppuku, it was like $900 I had to pay them, and I made like whatever I made, which wasn't much.
Yeah.
You know, in the bigger scheme of things, with all the packaging had to put into it. You know what I mean? There wasn't a lot to make.
Yeah.
But it went back into the next project, and into the next project, I've got my own music kitty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
what it is.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
It's project fucking Gaz Hazard.
That's
you know
it,
what
man.
I mean?
Yeah,
That's-
absolutely.
That's what it is.
Absolutely.
And you got to fund your own enjoyment. You know what I mean? Because you got to, you know, no one else is going to do it for you.
That's right, man.
You know?
That's right.
My missus is incredible with that too. So she knows, she's supported me doing my music, whether she liked the songs or not. It is what it is, you know. It's the process. You know?
Yeah.
You know, so, and I missed that this time around. I've been in the studio with Simplex, producing, post-production on the new album.
Yeah.
And like that.
What's he doing? The mixing and stuff like that?
Mixing and mastering on it. And man, it's just enjoyable to get in the studio again, man, because everything's been done via email.
Yes.
You know, with the one with Lazy, getting a master. I went in the studio with our mate from Federal, you know, Chris from
Federal Audio, yeah.
for that one. That was mad enjoyable. So I had to get back there again.
Yeah. Where do you, man, you're always finding someone different to work with. And that, I suppose that's all part of, you know, your grind, because you are constantly working, you know. But you
want to see who I got lined up next, man. You honestly would not fucking believe it.
Really?
I wouldn't. I'll tell you. I might tell you later.
Yeah, later. Yeah. Off mic, yeah. Dude, I'm just always surprised. It's, but not surprised. I'm surprised, like, in a good way, man. It's always like, fuck.
I work with dudes I respect.
You mind if I smoke a durry?
No, man. Fucking don't have to ask me.
Sweet.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's I just like working with dudes that I like. If I like the music,
yeah.
You know,
I
don't like a lot of dudes' music, so
Yeah.
it doesn't mean I don't like them, respect them for making
like
it.
that person.
You know what I mean?
right.
Because those people make music for all different reasons. So
Yeah.
who am I to tell them to stop making it because I don't like it?
Exactly
You know what I mean?
It just
It
doesn't
might-
appeal. Doesn't
it
need
might
to be
have
for you.
saved their mental health. It might have
Yeah.
stopped them. You know, might have wrote about killing someone instead of actually committing it.
Instead
You
of
know what
doing
I mean?
it.
So like
Exactly.
writing is a whole there's levels to it, man.
Bro,
People don't
100%.
understand it until you've actually sat down and used it for that.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, for that purpose.
So, how much shit did you get given being the white rapper growing up? You know what I mean?
Dude.
People still look at us like,
Weirdos.
the older generation are like, oh, it's all them white cunts, Like,
yeah.
but it's it was never like that.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
it's funny how it's fucking. It's almost like we missed the. No, I mean, there's been a degree of popularity through things, I suppose. It's not like you missed the popularity of things, but like
No.
there was where it started,
Yeah.
and now there's where it's fucking currently at.
Yeah, it's a big difference. Yeah.
And you and I were people that were right there in the middle of it.
Yeah.
When it was growing,
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
and it's kind of
We were
like
saying that
all of a
last
sudden you get
night,
too
yeah.
old, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, you're not too old, you're never
No,
too old, but
no.
you just sort of look around and you go, holy fuck, look at what this has blown into,
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
like-
at a moment in time there, like every weekend, like we were saying, it was either you guys doing a gig, us doing a gig, HG doing a gig, and it was all over the country. It was countrywide, Like,
Yeah,
oh, I
dude.
know we're in Melbourne next week. Oh, fuck. Spewing, I'll be in Adelaide. Like, it was fucking, we were doing it,
Yep,
Every big act that came here was a $750 bill.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it was at a point in
pretty
time.
much. It was
Yeah.
Ghostface, Raekwon, Mobb Deep. You can name them all.
Go through the list.
I'm blessed to have supported Raekwon, my favorite ever hip hop artist. You know what I mean? Like,
straight
that
up.
was like, spine tingling for me to stand side of stage
Yes.
and watch that.
Yeah.
And just even have my name on the bill.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, fucking
and then Slick Rick on the same bill. Like, get the fuck out of here.
How was that, eh? Slick Rick and Raekwon
I
on the
know.
same bill, bro.
And
in
it
this
wasn't,
city.
and it didn't sell out. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on.
It's bizarre, man.
Because
the first time,
But
Ray-
again, it's an age. It's where we are.
It is, dude. It is. But I mean, fucking Wu-Tang seems to be fucking forever. They're pervasive. Like, they'll never fucking go anywhere. You
No.
know? Like, and I mean, individual artists probably not so much, but like just that brand itself, the way it fucking exists,
Yeah.
like it's fucking something else.
Yeah.
How have you found, like, if we go back to Welcome to Gullywood, so I think when you were on episode 6, Welcome to Gullywood was out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was out. Yeah, that's right. So from fucking, just.
Yeah.
Well, probably it was the fucking arse end of it. It was like the tail end of
Yeah.
Welcome to Gullywood.
Yeah.
That process, right? We've seen that. We've spoken on that. Going back to this essence, man. Now, a lot of the people that were involved in that early process through CRS, through your first solo records, because what number is this in terms of solo output? Third full length or fourth?
No, that's
Solo.
Solo was the EP, and then the album. Gullywood was my sophomore, so 2. That's 3.
That's 3.
And this will be the 4th.
You're about to go to 4.
Yeah.
Fuck, that don't stop, eh?
4. Well, if you
that's
call
just
it an album,
LPs.
yeah. Yeah, but then there's the EPs and the 7 inches,
And then the CRS music, the albums and all
Yeah,
that sort of
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
How are you finding today, right? And you just
Man, I get hit up every week about CRS from dudes.
Still.
Like, you got a CD? I'll
Yeah.
still listen to Gullywood. I still listen to
you know what?
Gully Down Crooks.
I got hood up for I got hood up. I got hit up for a copy of it recently.
Yeah.
No shit, I did.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man,
People
I might
still
have
hit
a
me up for
couple.
it. Yeah.
I might have a couple in storage
Yeah.
downstairs, but I didn't look.
Yeah, it's a tough one to talk about CRS, man, when you think about it.
Have you still got
For
them?
me, like CRS was me, Lopsy, Beza, both gone. Dale,
Yep.
might as well be gone.
Yep.
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 Servo, fucking
Not around. Not
dead to me. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
Pawsey, cool dude, dead to me.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't talk to any of them.
No.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't carry the CRS flag like I used to.
Yeah.
I still do.
Yeah.
I'll always be a cunt, the king of cunt rap.
Yeah.
You know
No
what I
doubt.
mean?
No doubt.
And but yeah, those are long days.
Mm.
I was, long past me, the CRS stuff.
Do you
Yeah.
like this process more so?
Oh fuck yeah.
Do you miss the camaraderie of sorts, like that did exist in
Oh
that
yeah,
environment, even up
for
to
sure.
Welcome to Gully?
Oh, I'm not saying that I wouldn't sit down and have lunch with all those dudes.
course.
Like I say, they're dead to me. I'm just, I'm throwing it off like that. But, if you're not involved in my life now, you are. It is what it is. You know, those guys made a decision to, when Bez died, it would hit them dudes harder. They had a had beef with me for still making music. So for some reason, so you know, fuck them. Like you know, no one can tell me to stop making music.
Well, Bez wasn't the
There was the
ultimate
tribute
catalyst,
track.
you know.
Yeah.
It was a tribute track.
I made the tribute track, and for some reason, I made it on a servo beat.
Yeah.
And servo, and I made "Welcome to Gullywood" all on the servo beats.
That's right.
The whole album was "Welcome to Gullywood" was on servo beats originally.
Yeah.
And then I had beef. He had beef with me over that track and said, "You're not using any of my beats." And I was like, "Man, we've got a whole album together."
Yeah.
And he just deaded it. You know?
You haven't spoken since.
He came around and apologized, like at my house and shit. So yeah, you know, salute to him for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
like servo, man.
no, I lost heaps of respect for him for doing that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So yeah, and then
and Mick, like, you know, pausey.
Yeah,
know?
just disappeared
once
Bez died. Yeah. You know, it has an
It'll do
effect
it.
on dudes, man. It's still emotional for me, man. Like,
Dude, I just got to chill.
Just talking about
gotta
Bez
chill.
and Disney before, when we were talking about, you know, how much I see Bez coming out in Disney now with all his artwork. You know,
Big
like
shouts to Diz.
yeah, massive
Super
shouts to
shouts.
Diz. Yeah, he's a fucking. But I see that, you know, like you learn from people you respect. You know what I mean? And Bez was like a mentor to me. You know.
Well, Bez did it all for all of us. You know.
He was the one who came up with Southbound and Down, like, you know, my company name, you know. So, and it went from just being an idea to me being the director of my own company now. So, you know what I mean? So I carry that, you know, on the back of my shirt when I'm at work, like proudly, because people go, "Oh, where'd you come up with that?" Just out of respect for my dead mate.
Yeah,
you know, it was something we came up with. You know, wouldn't it be funny to have Kenny Powers instead of overalls on the back of it? You know. So
Did you do that?
No, we never did.
Yeah.
You know,
Wasn't Fonz or someone going to do that for you?
yeah, Fonz did it.
Yeah.
He did a picture of Kenny Powers, but I didn't ever want to. Yeah, I never did it. You know, it was more suggestive.
Well, there's all those
I
copyrights.
still get people hanging out the car door, out the window of their cars, going, "Kenny Powers."
And you know that's taken from Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah, well, there's the track on Hazardous to Health, it's called Southbound and Down.
That's right. Yeah. And then on the Smokey and the Bandit soundtrack from like the fucking late 70s or the 80s is Westbound and Down.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the old trucking movie because they're rednecks and you know, like fucking CBs and all that sort of shit.
I get people yelling at me on the north side. It's like,
you're on the wrong side of town, cunt. When you're up in Caboolture. But that process, you know, like I suppose, dude, listen, Bez. I mean, Bez did the artwork for Commercial Hell.
Yeah.
That's where we went.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I mean, I suppose Gav stepped
I saw
into that role.
alternatives to Commercial Hell.
What
was that?
What'd you see?
I
can't remember.
The skulls of the.
Oh,
yeah.
So Bez did that
So I've
initially.
got all these files at home. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Wow.
We talked about putting like a book of all this stuff together.
Yeah.
But then all that shit happened with Servo, and I was like, no, I'm not.
Leaves a bad taste.
Yeah, no, I was just keep it for myself. You know, me and Diz and all those dudes that, you know, valued his art.
Yeah.
You know, didn't look at it like it was a burden on him. You know,
Yeah.
fucking, we cherished that shit. You know, I got his mobile. You know, when he died, I still pretty much had it to the other day when I broke it.
Yeah.
You know, he gave me clacking sticks, an old drum. Like some of the stuff I've still got. You know, it's just like mementos. You know,
Dude.
You know,
Well, because he
Bez was huge, man. Like
He's
the
a
loss
huge-
of Bez was like the biggest. I still struggle with that one. 6 years, whatever, how many years later.
Yeah.
Like, and then Lopsy but yeah, Bez was the biggest one. It's just
Yeah.
like sudden, like fuck, what the fuck?
Because I suppose.
I mean, you rang me and told me. I remember.
Oh,
I still
God,
remember.
that's right, at work.
Yeah. And I was driving past the train station that it happened at.
Oh, that was
you know?
fucked.
Yeah.
That was fucked because I found out I was having a kid the same day.
Yeah.
Like pretty much.
Yeah.
Or the day after.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh,
Crazy
fuck.
the way that happens.
I remember Odds called me and I was at work and he goes, bro, can you take him in? I'm like, yeah. You
4
know.
days earlier, he was at my house, like meeting my son. You know what I mean? Like,
Dude.
yeah.
A week prior, I think I was at Oddsies and I saw footage of him doing naked run-ups on a train. You know? It was just, and we're like, well, fucking Bez is doing Bez, you know, at Kingston Station or some shit. Ass naked.
Painting trains.
Yeah, painting trains.
Man.
Someone saw him
At
and he
least
was doing a run-up.
loved doing what he loved, man. I
He
got to
did,
say
eh?
that, man.
He did.
We top his flowers up all the time. Shout outs to
Biarski too.
Biarski all the time for doing that too. Yeah, they put that.
Yep.
tribute up there. Yeah,
And big shouts to Crush City, who sponsor this very podcast.
Yeah,
who
man.
Bez helped start. Like his legacy exists
Yeah, for
today,
sure.
still through that.
Yeah.
Beyond the music and beyond like what exists.
Yeah, shout out to Biaski and Odie for keeping that shit alive. For
keeping it going, man.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oath
Dude, I'm
as
getting
well.
chills fucking talking about Bez. It's kind of like he's fucking here or like Lopsy or.
It's a tough one. Eh?
Oh, bro, it is, man. It is. Like I talk about Lops, and I sometimes feel. I did that lesson interview, and I sort of like it's like you got to detach his because I'll also feel a little disingenuous in that I didn't see Lopsy for like the last 5 years of his life. I know people were closer to him towards the end, so I wasn't there.
Yeah.
You did see him, so when you say it was less of a surprise with Lops, and we're people that we largely wear our hearts on our sleeve, man. You get it from us,
well,
we'll say what we, you keep a bit guarded, but
those that know Lopsy know that he struggled with heroin addiction.
Well, I'd love for you to speak because, you and I were the two people, like we're kind of, you and Tia, me and Nutty, we're kind of on either sides of Lops at various points in time.
My missus went to school with Lopsy.
That's right.
He was that bad dude in high school, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sat on the back of the bus, was on the news, sticking up servos, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Crime Stoppers.
Yeah.
Crime Stoppers, man.
My missus has been there too, so it might be an Acacia Ridge thing. I don't know what the fuck it is, but
fucking Algester dude.
Murderers, fuck. It's just
well, it's what like when after that lesson interview came out because Laze was talking to me about him, and he goes, "Bro, like when we were kids, they called him Def Jam because all he did was hang in the park. Like he didn't have he had a family unit, but he fucked off on it, and, they fucked him off. Like it was.
Well, we saw that in the end.
We saw that. Yeah.
And that's,
I not to cut you off, but I've just heard things post the fact, and I used to think, knowing Lopsy, I wondered like how much of that was of his own doing in some regard, like in terms of that relationship. But then, when you at the end there, it was just like really. But like his sister was still, his sister was obviously
I don't
still
think there was much there from the family.
Nothing. No, it's nothing. They didn't. No,
but he wouldn't listen to anybody.
He wouldn't listen to a soul. No. Lopsy did Lopsy.
Yeah, and he'd get mad at you for coming to check on him. You know what I mean? Right. So
yeah, he would.
He would,
eh?
Yeah. So and it got to a point I'd bring my son around and say, and it got to a point I just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's meet somewhere else, and he's just like, what's wrong with my place? Like, what's wrong with your place?
Yeah. Like dude, it's funny because the last correspondence we had with him was Nadia sending him a text and just saying, dude, like, when are you going to come meet Lucia? When are you come meet our daughter? We want you to, like a similar situation.
Yeah, I think in the end, like when you're, and I know from experience being, struggled with addiction when I was younger, that you're embarrassed. Very. You can't make eye contact with people.
Yep.
I could never do that.
Yeah.
I could never do that I could see it in photos of me when I was younger, before I got locked up, just through that whole period. You just can't, you got no respect for yourself, so you got no respect for anybody else as well. So, and I could see it in him, he would just get angry at me. He'd be like, and he tried to tell me that, I know who my mates are, and I'm like, your mates are fucking slowly killing you,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say any names, but they know who they are. You know what I mean? So, but it's his own fault.
It's his doing.
Yeah, man.
There's no one else's.
Fire, you get burnt, man.
Yeah.
Heroin's not a drug to fuck around with.
Yeah.
I know that. I OD'd when I was 17.
Yep.
I was dead for 5 minutes.
Yep. I never but heroin's never been in my life ever.
Yeah.
Other than when it was used by people around me.
Yeah.
That was it. It was never something I did or anything. And it wasn't until, your missus said to me one day, in regards to Lopsy, she goes, you don't get it. It's a fucking sickness. And that's what I've ever said since. And I was like, fuck, you're right.
It is.
When they say it's harder to kick than cigarettes,
Yeah.
can't have smoked since I was 16.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
No.
If heroin's harder, holy shit.
Well, that's what it is.
It's a sickness.
That's what heavy opiates, barbiturates, that's what they're called.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why doctors prescribe them to you.
Yeah,
You know what
dude.
I mean? That's why they prescribe them to you.
All the hillbilly smack, the fucking endones and the fucking Oxycontins.
It's even worse for you.
Worse, man.
You know what I mean?
And then they put you on the fucking morphine.
Yeah.
Oh, not what is it? The fucking methadone.
So there's no way out
Yeah,
of heroin addiction,
No.
unfortunately, unless you're willing to just go, fuck, I don't want that shit no more, and walk away. Find something else to put your energy into.
Yeah.
That's all I did when I gave up smoking cigarettes. It's
Yeah.
like I started eating heaps of bananas. It sounds weird, but
Dude.
cunts will even admit it now. It's like a thing. I'm like, fuck, I could have told you that 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But that's what I did. Every time I felt like a
Yeah.
cigarette, I'd eat a banana because I never felt like smoking a cigarette after I'd eat certain foods. So I'd just eat that certain food. And it was like a mentality. And I was like, fuck. I kicked it instantly. You know? And then when I gave up drinking, it was like, fuck, how am I going to do this? And it's like food. You know what I mean? Like every time I felt like having a drink, well, fuck, let's find something else different to eat.
Something different to do.
You know?
Yeah.
So, 7 years without drinking, man. Like, you know, I fucking eaten some pretty good food.
Eating.
I feel like I ate fuck all for the first however many years, but now, man, like, I cook and everything, man. Like,
dude.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I've been trying to slow down.
Food's glorious.
Yeah,
Especially for a stoner too. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
But see, my thing is with slowing up on the piss and all that sort of shit because I'm trying to have my head in the fucking game. I'm be better, and I'm like, I'm not a dude who works. So I went to a couple of AA meetings and shit, you know, and I'm sitting in this AA meeting, and
that takes a lot of nuts to do, man.
Well, yeah. Oh, I went to a few, you know, and while you sit there and you hear stories that you identify with, like that's I think what I got most out of it, you know, like I heard stories and I was like, yeah, I get this, but then I'm also sitting there listening to people that, man, they fucking woke up in the morning and they're half a bottle deep by 8 a.m.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like
there's worse stories.
I'm not that. You know, I know I'm not that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's what you said, just replacing it with something else. Yeah. You know, when you come home and you just want to fucking drink.
It's a mentality, man. It really is.
Yeah. You've just got to replace it.
Yeah.
I remember when Proof, when he fucking kicked the durries, I was going over his folks' house. He was still living there at the time. And he always had a box of chips, like those little packets of, you know, like, and I think that's how he quit it, you know, from memory. You know, it could be wrong.
Yeah.
But it's a hell of a lot of willpower too.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
But people usually replace things with other things too. So, you know, there's no doubt I started smoking a lot more weed when I gave up drinking.
Yeah.
But, you know, now the doctors tell me it's all right and it's legal to do it. So, you know, fuck what anyone thinks anyway. You know what I mean?
Dude,
you know,
this is what's changed.
If I'm the baddest guy in the club that gets tossed out for smoking a joint, when you've got like someone there with a knife and, you know, 10 bottles deep, you know, like, and I'm the problem, you know what I mean? Like their mindset needs to change first. You know what I mean? The security, policing, all of that.
Yep.
That's where I hear the horrible horror stories, just like through what my wife does with Sisters Inside. And we hear the stories about Indigenous women, the way they're treated in prisons, and not just Indigenous women, all women, the way they're treated in prison. It's just fucking horrific. You know what I mean? You know, so, and men too. Don't get me wrong.
I was going to say,
you know, there's, you can't even speak about it because it's so bad. You know what I mean? Some of the stories. So it makes me think, fuck, I've got it easy, man. You know, like, but it gives you strength too, you know, knowing that when you've been through all of that kind of shit, that, you know, it gives you confidence that what else can they throw at you, you know?
Bro, you fucking, like, you guys have been through it all. You've been through it all. You're no stranger to that prison experience.
No.
You did a number of years.
That was therapy for me, you know? That was where I realized, like, nah, fuck that. I don't want to put all that energy into something else, that, you know?
Yeah.
You know? I want to drive fast cars that I own, you know what I mean?
Straight up.
Because that's the fuck thing that I see people glorify in prison these days and wanting to be thugs by dressing the way they do and whatever they do. I'm not going to get into that. But trying to glorify that you need to go there as part of like some kind of notch on stripes is easy to relate to, put it that way. I can relate to that kind of mentality, but what I can't relate to is like not taking opportunities when they're there because people that are offering them to them. Do you know what I mean? So taking advice from the wrong person is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So that can get you either killed or life in prison.
Taken,
you know. I mean, we're all only like one mistake away from prison sentence. Let's put it that way. You know, I could drive home tonight.
Someone run in front of the car.
Bang, done. You
Touch
know what
wood,
I mean?
doesn't happen, but
you know, the next door neighbor could do it as well.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that. That's the world we live in.
Yeah.
But you know, if you want to play that role of living beyond that, you know, then expect prison time. You know what I mean? If you're not expecting that, well, you're living in, you're not living in reality, man.
dude.
You know what I mean?
No.
You know.
It's funny because, like, you know, knowing you were coming in this week, and I can't remember if I might have said this when we had you back. You know, I really probably, you know, we're talking about listening to your music. I can't listen to a fucking old podcast. And I can't, you know, and I wanted to. I was like, oh, what did I talk to Gaz about last time? But I might have said this, you know, like you went to the high school fucking up from me, and I was down at the other high school down the road for a number of years when I was in grade 8 and 9.
Yeah.
And when I was at that high school, like, and you're a couple of years older than me, but when I was at that high school, your name, and like Lottie Takiri, who you went to school with.
Yeah, Lottie, yeah.
You know,
Shout
Nathan
out to
Gay,
Lottie.
you know, and you yourself, you know, I won't throw your name out there, but, you know, these names, they rung bells down at our school. Like, if you guys were coming down to our school for a fight, cunts were running, man. Like, or, you know, or like cunts were getting ready. Let's put it like that, you know? There was a handful of people.
Me, but
but, you know, a lot of Lottie was the one. It was always kind of like Lottie, you know? And, you know, and like, I just say that to say this to people. Like, you know, Gaz has led a fucking lot, you know, we were in school, dude. Like, you know, I remember your name.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until, you know, like a couple of years later, and then we're out of school, and then I got friendly with you, you know, I made friends. We became quite good friends, very good friends, as a matter of fact, you know, post school and all that sort of shit. You know, but you still had that ruthlessness in you, you know.
Well,
but you've what?
Well, they went from school, like getting kicked out of school, to living in like the biggest drug house in Logan, and becoming like the collector for the house at 16. Yeah, you know, because I was the only one with a license. You know, so it's like, go and get this money from this dude, and you'd turn up to a dude's house and be some huge fucking dude, and he'd just have fear in his eyes because he'd know who you were. You know what I mean? So that kind of thing builds false confidence in a young kid. Yeah, and that's what probably happens to a lot of these young kids, is where they build their own kind of reputation on the internet or via fucking false videos, or you know what I mean? They're trying to portray something that they're not. You can't do that. Because you're gonna get called out. You know what I mean? Like people know. You know what I mean? I watch dudes in interviews and they talk about stuff, and I'm like, he's fucking lying. You know what I mean? It's simple. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of falsehoods out there, but you know, that's the thing with the music at the moment. There's so much out there. The landscape's huge. Dude. You know what I mean? I think I heard Mitchell say it the other day. I watched a little bit of him in Spanish, and I don't really watch his interviews, but you know, I like Mitchell. Shout out to Mitchell. He's a legend. And he was saying, it's so saturated that everybody wants to be a rapper now. And we used to talk about it. You know, like, dudes were like, who the fuck's this dude? Like, he's like, oh, his mate raps. He's so fucking what? Like, not everybody can rap good. You know what I mean? You know?
Exactly.
So people might be able to rap, but can they? Are they
rap?
You know what I mean?
I
put a post up the other day. I got like 35, 40 people respond to it, and it was something when I wrote about, you know, are you an actor or are you an artist?
I wanted to talk to you about that post. I wanted to talk to you about that post because
a lot of people did.
I agree. A lot of people did.
Stop making fake cunts famous.
Stop it.
You know what I mean? Like people co-signing people to try and make them more than what they are. You got to stand on your own 2 feet. And, you know what I mean? Like when we were growing up and trying to get our music out there, you had to go literally with your CD to a venue and go, hey, do you want to listen to my shit? And he might listen to it in front of you. And that's embarrassing shit when you're an upcoming artist. But it's like, you know, it's like, what do you call it?
9 out of 10 times I probably went in a bin too. You know, like, fuck. There was the odd chance.
I used to find that funny when it was like someone would put their own show on, and then, you know, CDs would be in the toilet. You know what I mean? So I never threw CDs out at shows in case they, you know, because it's a confidence thing. You know what I mean? Like,
I remember fucking when we were with Checkout Wax, like, you know, Lazy's album came out through, you know, Checkout Wax came out for a little while. Big shouts to Big Zed Zuda, who was running that for a while, and Mokes and all those dudes. That was you know, like distribution for a couple of years there. The soundtrack went through it. Shogun, exactly. Shogun distribution. Checkout Wax was the website. Shogun was the distribution. That's right. Shogun.
If you got Shogun distribution back in the day, that means that you got your distribution to JB Hi-Fi.
Yes.
So that's what people, just so people realise what that meant.
They were kind of, they were like the opposite side. They were the other, you know, we had Obese or we had Shogun, you know, and we had
pretty
Shogun
much,
and whatever. But they used to say when we'd go out to the Checkout Wax thing, I remember him saying they had Demo Creek out the back because they'd get that many fucking demos and shit that it just went out the fucking window into the creek out the back. Demo Creek.
Singles, man. Like,
yeah,
and it's cool that people want to promote themselves that way. But for me, that's like, you know, if you're trying to advertise yourself, you're going knocking on doors. Like, it's just, no, you gotta make it, and you know, and just let it be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm happy with what I put out there, you know?
Yeah.
People fuck with it. I get messages from people, especially about this one, like, I have to look at it again. Addict. That's the one.
Yeah,
about
dude.
addiction.
It's the
like,
second
a lot
track,
of people,
second or first track?
Yeah, a lot of people hit me up about that one.
third.
It's about, you know, just you can relate to it, I suppose, you know, because it's a tough one and people have a hard time admitting it.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
nothing wrong with it. You know, it's like that first step. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
fuck, maybe I am. You
Yeah.
know, getting into it too hard. You know, like
Yeah,
we all
certainly.
been there.
Sure, fuck
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like I was a speed freak when I was younger. You know,
Yep.
so that's how I OD'd on heroin. Was I grabbed the wrong, you know, wrong
shit.
thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it wasn't from me being a heroin user.
Like John
you know?
Travolta in Pulp Fiction, you grab the wrong thing, it's fucking boom.
Basically.
Yeah. Fuck.
that's,
Oh no, it
you
was
know.
Uma Thurman in Pulp Fiction.
So, and true story. My wife now was the person who threw my body in the car and drove me to the hospital and saved my life. You know, so that's why I visited her in jail when she was doing her time, and and that's, you know, why we're still married 16 years later. You know what I mean?
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
You know, so
gone from strength to strength. too.
yeah. So
What dragged you out of that, Gaz? Was it jail? When you came out, like
wanting more.
wanting more.
Yeah, because there's nothing there. There's nothing there, man, apart from false reputations.
But you've got to be one of the few. Or, I mean, obviously, you're not one of the few. You're amongst the people that saw that realised that. Because you and I both still know a lot of people that are now our age still in that trap.
Well, you know, it is a trap because it's easy money.
Yeah.
And I spoke to a young fellow about it the other day. Someone asked me to speak to a young guy about like the way they view the police.
Yeah.
You know, fuck them dogs. You know, and I'm not handing myself in because had warrants and he was a young kid. And you know, like, how do you get through to him? It's like, you're not gonna. You're not gonna.
No.
You know, so don't.
No.
You could try.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna. You're not gonna get through to a kid that doesn't want to listen to anybody.
Yeah.
You know, he's gonna have to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, dude.
Welcome it. You should welcome it. You know, sometimes.
Yeah.
But you know, if that's what crime does, it gives like false ideas of what you've got. Like, you can make all this money. I can get by this, and then I can sell it for this much, and then, you know, I don't have to pay anyone anything. You know, like all this money I can make, but it's not yours.
Yeah.
So you could own a flash car, be the biggest crim on the block, baddest cunt, whatever. You can't get to keep any of that. They'll lock you up. They'll take everything that you own. Yeah. You know what I mean? And if you do get to keep it, you won't get to keep it for long.
Yeah, that's it.
Because they all get pinched. Everyone gets pinched in the end.
Yep.
You know, and if you don't get pinched, there's usually a reason.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't get pinched, and everyone else did.
Yeah.
So people won't like me saying that.
Yeah.
But, you know,
That's a fact.
it's a fact.
Yeah, dude.
You know,
Yeah,
that's the way the world works.
Yeah.
You know, it is.
Is there asset seizures and all that kind of thing?
Oh, fuck
like when
yeah.
you're dealing with
Oh,
that
fuck
kind of-
yeah. Yeah. When we got pinched, we were in an undercover operation for 9 months. And the government gave us like $300,000 during their operation.
Jesus.
You know, for stolen goods.
Fuck, man.
They would come to the house, a known drug house, and give us a list of what they wanted in stolen goods. And that would go and get appropriated, and however it got appropriated, and it would get sold back to them same undercover police officers.
Yeah.
So they were basically, it's called entrapment.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stand in this country. That law doesn't stand in this country.
Really?
So,
okay.
yeah.
Well, you did a song called Entrapment too, didn't you?
Well, this is where my music comes from. It's loosely based on my life.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
To a certain degree.
Exactly.
This is where I vent.
I mean, down
I
to
vent
those.
shit like that. I've got a song about the same undercover.
Look,
you
down
know?
to those.
That's that's the actual
In charges. That's it. You know, on the cover of the Fluey produced 7-inch.
Yeah, rap sheet.
Rap sheet.
People talk about having a rap sheet. Like, you want to see mine? Cunt.
Yeah, dude. I mean, fucking
You
can
know?
see them there, cunt.
And it stopped 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So you know, that's the thing. Like, I suppose where I grew up, everybody, they were sort of like notorious. It was a very notorious family, my wife's family. So, you know, it goes along with that. When I got locked up, had a bit of notoriety because the person who was legitimate, not my legitimate father, but I was down as his son, was a pretty high-ranking bikie. You know what I mean? So I was his son in the prison system. So I either got looked after, or not everybody liked the old man. You know what I mean?
Certainly.
There's people that loved him, but then it wasn't everybody loved him.
Yeah,
so it's a tight situation to be in when you're younger.
Yeah.
You know?
How'd you navigate that in there?
Carefully.
Well done. That was a fucking good response, bro. Carefully. Yeah, you're a smart motherfucker, Gaz. You're a smart motherfucker. Very.
I was 17 in a men's prison, you know what I mean? I was the youngest guy in my prison cell, you know, in our unit.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah.
You know, because it was on the news when we got pinched. And because of who my uncle was.
Who the people were. Yeah.
So it was, it was what it was.
And did you go back to that?
When I got out?
Yeah.
Not instantly, but it's addictive. It's a lifestyle, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you'll
and you're so
you'll
young
move
too.
out of you'll risk it all.
Yeah.
For it, man.
Yeah.
Pretty. I couldn't trying to explain a way to say it, but you'll pretty much risk it all if you want it, and you'll just that whole life will just drag you back.
Yeah.
And it just comes like if you want to keep up with that life, you have to be either on it, either coke, speed, some kind of upper. You can't keep up with that life on the slow.
Yeah.
You know, they don't. They just get left behind, and they're just trying to keep up. You know,
fast
what I mean?
life.
It is. It is the fucking fast life.
Yeah,
man.
dude. Yeah, legitimately,
legitimately,
fast life, man. Yeah.
So
live hard, die young.
that's the only way. I can explain that. Yeah, but no, not straight away. A little bit. Yeah. But then I had a little wake up call, I suppose. And then I was just like, nah, fuck this. I'm getting a job. And I've worked ever since, man. Worked my fucking ass off, man. Literally trying to make up 25 years of doing the wrong thing. And then 15 trying to make it up.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially since my son's turned 10 and as soon as he was born, I knew he was coming.
Yeah.
It was like,
it's on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put the structure in place where I can thrive and
The only reason I bring it up, and we may have brought it up, and for those listening, go back to episode 6. This will be the companion piece to episode 6 because I can't remember. We would have touched on this stuff, but I only ask you it and I only talk about it now because it is all in your past now. But I talk about it to give your music the context that it deserves.
Yeah.
And to give you the credit as the man you've become also beyond that, So, like, your music is always crime-centric. Yeah. It always is.
Yeah, for sure.
But you fucking, like, it's all based
Grime-centric.
Grime-centric. Let's put it like that. Boom. Grime-centric. Fucking A, dude,
Yeah.
But it was your reality for a very long time.
It's me describing a certain place in time, you know? That's what it is. Each song. Yeah. It's hard to keep it to 3 minutes. 4 minutes. Yeah. Whatever it is.
Do you still mine those years for that the kind of
No, not so much.
Not so much?
I see
for for the content, like
if I need to get it out.
Yeah.
It's a vent for me, It's therapy for me, writing that
Straight
shit.
up.
And not all of it makes it, but sometimes. It fucked me up. I traumatized from that shit.
Bro.
I'm not afraid to admit it.
Yeah.
I have sleepless nights from some of the violent shit that happened when I was younger.
Yeah.
So it comes back to you when you're older.
Yeah. PTSD, dude.
People you can act as hard as you want, tough as you want, man. Like, seeing some of that shit was like extremely violent. You haven't seen a man kidnapped and hung upside down and beaten for 3 days in a row. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ.
When you're 17, over the river of debt.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's, it can get. It's something you don't really want to see.
Fuck no, dude. Absolutely not.
I've walked in on them situations and just going to pick up money.
Yeah.
And you see what the fuck's going on here, and they're like, nothing to see here.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm like, oh, these are some bad dudes that like cringed and paid me my money that he owed.
Yeah.
So these are some bad dudes that.
Yeah.
Bad all round.
Bad all round, man. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Bad.
There's
and
nothing
bad
good there. There's nothing good there.
Fuck, dude.
Man.
How can there be?
No. So without being like, high as fuck on meth the whole time, constantly, I would never have survived that.
Yeah.
And I write about it a lot.
Yeah, but you're never preachy or self-righteous in your writing or the way you present it to people.
No, I tell my story and people can take it any way they want.
Yeah.
I've had people take it the wrong way and they're like, why are you talking about that? I'm like, why are you listening to it then?
Yeah. Straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking move on.
Don't listen.
Yeah.
It's not
There's
for
plenty
you.
of other shit out there.
There's a lot of other shit out there now.
I can direct you to
Yeah,
some shit that might intrigue you then.
Yeah.
You don't like my shit.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't make it for you. You
Yes.
know? Like, I make it for the people that send me messages and go, oh, fuck, that was good.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I like that. Like, I can relate to that. You know, if I relate to music, I'll send the artist a message and say, you know, salute. You
Is
know?
that how you hooked up with Danielson?
Oh, yeah.
That sort of shit?
Yeah.
Yeah? Just send him a message?
Heater, when I was at Heater's place, we're working on a project I can't talk about at the moment, but he sent me home with some music.
Yep.
Asan Eastwood and Daniel Sun were amongst them.
Yep.
And Physics of Filth was the album, I think.
Yeah. Canadian dude, same.
Yeah, and Future Wave produced it.
Yep.
And, man, I was just, like, took me back to, like, hearing something that sounded like hip-hop again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's so much shit that I was like, nah, don't like. Oh, I can't listen to that. Fuck, turn that off. Mute. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, can't watch it, can't listen to it. I was just, like, de-enthused.
Yes.
But then...
De-enthused.
Yeah, completely, man, with what was out there.
Yeah.
But then just to hear that stripped back hip hop beat, you know, where it's stripped back at the start of the track and it builds up and it'll drop back out again and it just builds back up again. Just hip hop, man.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
Yeah.
And then I just commented on one of his tracks and then he sent me a message back saying, salute, that's fucking dope, appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then I just said, how much to do a joint with
Yeah.
me? And he's like, send me the beat. So I sent him Flute Dust. He's like, this is dope, let's do it.
Yeah.
And end of story, yeah.
Fucking bomb.
Job done, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'll chat with him a fair bit, actually. He's a good dude, you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're going to link up again.
Sick.
Yeah, he just
Sick.
said, whatever you need, just let me know, whatever your budget. So,
Yeah.
but he did a bit of reading up on our family, and he's like, "Oh man, your family's fucking crazy
For real? Yeah.
You know, like,
No shit.
Well, because I post a bit of it up.
Yeah,
know,
of
like,
course.
you know,
Yeah.
because it's always in the media and shit. So
Yeah.
but but he's a good dude. So is Asan. Asan's a good dude too.
And they make great fucking music, dude.
Oh
They
man,
got
yeah, it's a
killer
couple of
fucking music.
my favorite artists at the moment. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'd have to say, like, we were talking about Wu-Tang before. I reckon the closest thing I've heard to Wu-Tang as a group would be The Cloth. Have you heard of those?
I haven't
dudes?
heard the Cloth.
No.
No.
Riggs,
Who?
Mooch. Maybe
I've heard the name Riggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
He did a EP with Flu.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
That's where
yeah.
I've heard the name.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those dudes, man. Yeah, fuck.
Really?
Incredible.
Yeah?
Mooch especially, Riggs especially. Yeah.
Where are they from?
Rochester, New York.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah,
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Same place Brand Nubian's from.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You know me.
Brand Nubian.
I'm not a rap dude. I'm just a dude that raps.
Yo, dude, the raps.
You know what I mean?
No, Brand Nubian from Rochester, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
pretty sure. Yeah. Up there.
Yeah, they rap it pretty hard. So yeah, there's
I haven't heard
a
them.
couple of dudes from there. You haven't? No,
No, I don't think
No.
so.
No.
I've heard the shit that Fluey did with
that
that
underground shit you got to search for, man. You know what I mean?
That's it, dude.
Kings of
That's
the
it.
Under. Yeah, they all do shit together, like Daniel Son and all those dudes. So
Yeah.
that's just what I listen to at the moment.
Yeah, I try to fucking like. There's just so much, man. And you know, as you get older, dude, it's just like fucking, you know. And I'm a rap dude, you know. You know, like beyond being a rapper, I'm a rap dude.
Yeah.
But it's impossible for me at this age.
Yeah,
you know?
I started going backwards from 2000.
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
while there because
Yeah,
it was like from like as soon as like Woo and like you know Cuban Links hit, everything else was irrelevant to me for so many years, man. And then I got locked up, and it was like 2001. I got out. I was like, "Fuck, there's some good music there, eh?" But I was just like radio friendly.
Yeah,
Fuck,
yeah.
I had that CD with me everywhere.
Yeah.
I think I bought it 3 times.
Yeah.
like, that Cuban Link shit. So
Cuban Links, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ! What did you go back? Did you back catalog? I mean, because you've got a varied taste. I mean, Handsome Boy Modeling School, you know, like all that sort of shit. I fuck with that shit, man.
Yeah. I grew up on Dell, man. Like
Oh,
you know,
dude.
Dell and all those
know?
dudes. Like all that kind of shit's cool to me. You know, like what was it?
Dell was like
Four Righteous Teachers.
Yeah,
you
bro.
know, like
yeah.
that my brother and all those dudes got into. That's where I met Pawsey, was through my brother, and them dudes were always doing music.
Yeah.
And that's how I met Bez. Yeah. So them dudes they used to have a band. I think it was called Hussy or something. And Mick was on the turntables. His missus was on the mic. There was a bass guitarist, and yeah, it was cool, man. They used to play at Rixton shit. Remember?
Yeah.
You remember?
I fucking do.
Yeah,
now that
yeah.
you mentioned, and his missus was Is that right?
Yeah, she was the lead singer.
Fuck.
Yeah, you remember that?
That's a trip.
Yeah,
I do,
yeah.
dude.
He's
I don't
quite
know that I
rich.
ever saw him, but I think he showed me something of them or something like
Yeah.
that. Fuck.
And he'd rap and shit as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
That's a fucking trip.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Fucking
I forgot what we were talking about actually, but
Oh no, just music, just general music. But let's go back to your music. Like, no, I think what were we talking about? Poor, or back cataloging and all that sort of shit.
oh yeah, for sure. Like,
dude. I was actually, dude, I was gonna say Dell. Dell
Dust
reminds me-
Effects.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
But
Like
Dell-
anything Ice Cube.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Me and you both.
Not anything iced tea, but anything pre certain year iced tea.
Pre probably Home Invasion or
Public
Home
Enemy,
Invasion.
you know, all that shit, man. That's just my jam, man.
That was our era.
Yeah,
that was
no.
our generation too.
I mean, I like a lot of Prodigy.
Yeah.
But there's so much of it, so it's but HNIC would have to be like one of those ones. But
100%.
yeah, it's hard to keep track of it. Eh?
I do.
You know, I'm a huge Biggie Smalls fan.
Yes.
Especially a couple of tracks like "Give Me the Loot" and shit.
Yep.
But yeah, it's hard to think of anything else.
Yeah.
I fucking don't like. I gotta say, I try not to think about dwell on the negative anymore.
Yeah.
So I'll just
I feel ya.
skip that. I do like Gravediggers. Fuck yeah, Gravediggers are dope.
6 feet deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. I don't like Bone Thugs and Harmony. Man, that shit.
You're welcome to.
Yeah, good.
You're welcome to those opinions.
Thank you.
You know who I don't like? Ja Rule. I don't know how the fuck all these other rappers
Who?
keep dying. Ja Rule.
Okay.
How the fuck is Ja not dead yet? Like, seriously, man. All these great rappers fucking
Wasn't he
dying.
Murder Inc?
Fucking hell.
I don't
And
know.
his boss took John Gotti's fucking surname.
Have you seen footage of him and Nelly lately? They look like fucking.
I watched that. What did I watch? What was it called? What was fucking Jar on? Oh, that Fire Festival thing. Yeah, it was on. There was a
Yeah,
documentary.
they're all
on Netflix.
scammers now, aren't they?
Right.
Yeah,
Fuck.
trying to scam you for verses and stuff. This is what
Yeah.
me and those dudes from overseas, that podcast I was listening to, the Fuck You Mean podcast.
Yeah.
I linked you with those dudes.
Yeah.
Fucking killer podcast, man. Shout out to those dudes. They're fucking killer. They ended up shutting it down because of some internal stuff. But yeah, it was cool, man. Like they spoke wholeheartedly about hip hop music and it's like, you know, you can't have drumless beats. Like, come on, man. Like, you know, where's hip hop without a drum pattern? You know,
Where's
what I
the
mean?
drum break? Yeah.
You
Where's
know
the
what I mean?
drums?
Like, I don't fuck with drumless beats. You
Yep.
can have a track on a whole album
Yep.
without drums if you want.
Yep.
One track.
Yep.
But anymore, and you might as well call it R&B.
New Jack Swing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. The whole fucking drumless hip hop thing. Even when Alchemist, because Alchemist was doing it for a minute there, and I get it, man. Things,
It's not my thing.
not my jam.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I was the same. I was just
Fat
like,
bass lines, man. I could rap over someone
hard
playing the bass
drums.
guitar, you know?
can't fucking.
I've been
straight up.
fucking with that Brady Watts. Have you
Oh,
seen that? And he
yeah.
does like just
Yeah,
plays bass guitar and dude just raps over
Yeah,
his
yeah,
shit,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
That shit's killer.
Mm.
I'd love to do that with Biggie. I reckon Biggie would fucking kill that.
Well,
But-
Biggie's a musician, isn't he? Too.
Oh,
Like,
he could do all of that.
he can play fucking damn near everything.
Yeah.
You know, put him on a set of keys and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So, like, you know, with the music is, yeah, I don't want to say fucking, you know, like I think in the past I've said like redemption. You know, it's not.
Nah,
It's-
nah.
You're not going to put
It's
that
a
kind
part. You know what? To be honest, it's a part of my redemption. Yeah, as a human, I suppose. Yeah, it's part of it.
Yeah, to speak so openly about those experiences, but then to also today bring today. You know,
Yeah.
like you don't just
Me
stay
and my
there.
missus talk about it. Like, you know, we've unfortunately been had, you know, done that shit and had to pay the price, you know.
Yes.
But with that, you can look at it two ways. You can do that your whole life, and just be a shit cunt,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Or you can try and give back, you
Yeah,
know,
totally.
and try and teach people that, no, don't do what I did, because you could waste good 10 years of your life and get 10 years behind everybody.
Exactly.
You know, I could be 10 years younger and own my house now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
but I'm not.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
And now I've got health issues, and you know, and it fucks with my head, and you know, like, so, you know, I wouldn't wish that upon anybody if I could. You know, if I could stop one dude from having to, you know, do all that shit,
Yeah.
and just say, well, you know, there's other options.
Yeah.
then go do it. My mates at the fight centre down at Springwood, or they're at Logan Lee now. Shout out to them dudes. They do programs with young dudes from the area, Logan, and get them in and teach them that, give them confidence in themselves, that they can either become fighters or they can, that energy boost you get from exercising and stuff like that. And some of them come from violent situations, so they want to learn how to defend themselves. A lot of them come from that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The horror stories, but they did great things with them. So it's like giving them opportunities.
Yeah, too.
Yeah. They weren't there for us, and if they were, I didn't want to know about them.
Yeah.
So you got to try and approach them. You got to have the right person to approach it.
You do. It has to be the right person.
Yeah.
You can't, exactly, man. Because I suppose that's what it was like when we were in school and stuff. And, when you start getting in trouble in school and they put you in
had that
front
dude that came to school,
the
Mad
council
Dog,
worker.
and
Exactly.
Mad Dog, who wants to be that fucking guy?
Man, you listen to these fucking cockheads.
Yeah, no one's going to listen to him.
No one, bro. No one. It kind of segues in, and once again, you speak on as much as you want. I did want to ask you about how much we could get into in regards to what your wife does with Sisters Inside, in terms of giving back and stuff like that.
Well, people that don't know, like my wife was, through that period of our life, she ended up being like the youngest female to be charged with murder in this country, so 16. And that was when I started visiting her. She ended up doing a lot of time. And through her time at Bogger Road, her and my auntie Debbie Kilroy, who's a pretty well-known person in the media.
Yep.
She's like the first prisoner to ever become a lawyer, post-release.
Yeah.
They started, Debbie mainly started it, but Tia helped get it going with Sisters Inside, which is like an advocacy program to make sure women, got all their needs, and they weren't. It was just basically coming together as a group to make them more powerful, because they were getting trod on, basically. You can imagine being a woman in prison in Bogger Road all them years ago.
Jesus.
I went and visit me missus in Bogger Road. It's archaic.
That was hard time. That was hard time.
She was one of the last people out of there.
I was going to say.
The new prison. So, throughout that, all these years later, she sort of, did her time, and we've, got married and had jobs and, bought a house and all that kind of shit. Just got on with life, Yeah. But then she's always been offered positions at Sisters Inside because she's always been on the management committee there. So she's always been involved in the ongoings of it.
Yeah.
For like 20 years or whatever. But now she's actually vice president of Sisters Inside. So, but they just go in and out of the prisons and make sure that women have all the stuff they need. Some of them can't even get medication. Some of them are going through menopause and stuff like that, and they ask for medication. And give them Panadol. You know what I mean?
Right.
We'll give you 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if I can't understand that. Yeah. But when my missus is telling me that the pain that woman would be going through,
Yeah.
So, and then when young kids come through on the news and you see them, they're getting charged with murder at such young ages. Not many people can understand or relate to that. So her prison sentence was her VC for that job and for working there. You know what I mean? Because she's got lived experience.
Exactly.
You can't talk about prison without being to prison.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because you don't understand it unless, and you can't speak about it openly unless you've done a long time. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of people, might do brief sentences and then, try and give back, which is great. Yeah. But they don't understand the long-term effects of it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like someone that gets sentenced to life in this country, if they get it released after say 15 years or whatever, in Brisbane or in Sydney, it's different. They might do 30 years or whatever. They're on parole for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
So they've got to report back to the police station every day, every week for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
They cross jaywalking straight back.
Going back.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's a never ending.
Yeah.
And some of the stories again are horrific.
Yeah, bro.
Some of the women that you hear about, they're just defending themselves because they've just been domestic violence victims their whole life. You know what I mean? And then they just got sick of it, and they're like, "Yeah, fuck you, bomb, you're dead." And now she's the bad guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
yeah.
Oh,
there's extenuating circumstances that surround this fucking issue. Addressing
and
those
the media
issues.
portrays it in certain ways, and the media are just fucked.
The media are fucked, man.
Yeah, we've had them going after my auntie for certain things, and all she ever does is try and do Just amazing things for
Yeah.
people that just won't even give a fuck about them.
Yeah, yeah.
Just let them rot. You know,
Yeah.
No, fuck that. Everyone deserves a fucking chance. You know,
Yeah.
we all make mistakes, some worse than others. You know,
Yes.
my missus knows that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, Tia and Dreamtime Aroa. And
Yeah,
all that. I mean,
that's my sister. Yeah.
that's right. They're traveling up to the Northern Territory and taking kids and
that's
That's
Dreamtime Aurora. That's Jody. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
So that's my sister. Yeah. So
They're doing some amazing stuff.
oh yeah, she raised $100,000 to go out to the communities.
Yeah.
Out there.
Yeah.
And food packages to all these communities.
Yep.
And oh man, I'll talk about it off air, but some of the politics involved in getting food out to those communities.
Oh man. Yeah.
Is bullshit.
Yeah, dude. Jacko, I can't speak on too much of it either, but like Jacko was working in one of those dry communities up there installing roller doors years ago, and he was telling me he was come back, and Jacko's Aboriginal, and he was come back, he's just like, fuck me, man. Like, like they weren't allowed to, there's certain things, like they weren't allowed a beer after work for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
That's
you go to the
cool,
stores and there's like $105 for a cake.
Dude, you know? Yeah.
$25 for 4 liters of milk.
Bro, they're paying fucking...
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he came back and said, and I shouldn't say, I don't want to misrepresent anyone or say anything wrong, but he was saying like maxi cab drivers on fucking dole day or pension day or whatever, maxi cab drivers charge them $100, go get fucking 10 cases, charge $200 a case.
Oh, yeah.
They're buying the case for $40. It's just like, fuck me, really?
Yeah.
And these cunts these poor cunts walk through the bush, they grab their shit, then walk back.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah, they take advantage of it.
Yeah, dude, straight up.
Of the vulnerable and people that have already had their fucking land taken off them.
They've had everything fucking removed from them.
You can't have it any worse. It's fucking... Yeah,
disenfranchised from the jump, from birth.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like,
that's what my aunties always abolish police, abolish prisons, and it's not about shutting police. Oh, it is about fucking them cunts off.
But it's not so much of an anti-authoritarian stance, is it?
It's a shut down the structures that they have, the racist structures that they have in place, about how they treat you. About how you treat it in court, as opposed to being a black person over a white person.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Having the same, being entitled to the same representation from a lawyer. Not just we hand you the court appointed,
whatever. That don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
they're not fucking doing shit.
So my auntie will, out of her own pocket, or out of what they've raised through Sisters, because Sisters is a pretty big organisation.
Yeah,
she goes and represents these kids and that have made poor decisions, obviously. And wherever, all over the country.
Yeah. But they've been in a lot of cases. They've had no other decision to make in some cases.
No,
some of these kids.
No,
that's the thing.
That's life and death.
That's life, exactly.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it.
And then they get dealt with their community when they go back with their community. There's whole levels of trauma there.
Yeah, dude.
So it's horrible to hear, man.
Yeah, bro.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Makes you feel blessed. That's why my kids are like proud Wiradjuri. I want them, to have that strong roots to. They're First Nations. This is their country. It's theirs. I try and have strong role models in that regard.
Yeah. It's funny because I had a police officer once say to me, "There's nothing that they can't get away with if they know how to word it.
Yeah.
If they know how to write a report, there's nothing they can't get away with.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And I was just like, you could just go, you could brush that off.
Because they investigate themselves. That's why.
There you go. And
the government investigates a government-run organisation.
It's easy to brush it off as a throwaway comment, or you just go, like that's a pretty confrontational thing to hear. That's as confrontational as, it's just like what? They police themselves.
Yeah. And that's where you got to look to other countries, like in Canada and some other countries. They don't have many young women in prison over there because they give them opportunities. They're like, no, you can go and become a barista, and this is what Sisters Inside does post release. Is they give them opportunities to either become baristas or work in law, or just whatever they want to do. Give them confidence, find them places to stay, because their options are fucking minimal. Post release, no one wants to give an ex-con a chance.
No,
they don't want to give. What's their choice? An ex-con or a lazy cunt that doesn't want to work? There's no other choices really.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
And a woman on top of that, like, you know, if you're a chick or something, I think the odds are stacked against you even more so
Yeah, for sure.
than the dude.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
That's
what
the
the
world we
dude has
live
to
in.
front. Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
like how's that chick going to get out and go get a secretarial position? You know, not to be fucking sexist, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Step into
yeah.
those roles that women do play in
Yeah, yeah.
society or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like they don't exist in that
No.
position.
And
They're
that's
just
what they
not.
fight for, really. It's just, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's pretty cool, you know.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing work,
Yeah,
man. You know,
yeah.
that's why I sort of just thought we'd fucking bring it up and just touch on it
Yeah,
briefly.
yeah.
because
Well,
it's-
that's probably why, like, a lot of my music is revolved around crime because that's all I've, you know, been around for
Dude.
so long, you know.
This
and-
builds your story, Gaz. Like, it's kind of like it gives people. For me personally, I know you guys, so it's.
Yeah.
I know it. I know where the music comes from.
Yeah.
For the
We
broader
turn
public,
something bad into something good, definitely.
something
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah, yeah.
Almost. You
Yeah.
know, not every lyric is positive. Not every lyric is
It
whatever.
doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to be, man.
No, it's not about that.
Nah.
Yeah, some of the most rawest track I've ever heard are some of the ones that you learn the most from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You learn more from a loss than you do from a fucking win. You
Yeah,
know what I
dude.
mean?
Oh,
Every time.
Absolutely.
So it might
absolutely.
be a corny, cliche thing to say, but it's true.
Yeah.
You couldn't find
Yeah.
a better way to learn than losing.
Straight up, man.
You know,
Straight up.
losing everything.
I said to my wife the other day, even when I'm losing, I'm winning because
Yeah.
it's just fucking.
Yeah, for sure.
That's just what it
There
is.
is no losing.
There's
man.
no loss.
Yeah.
You know, loss.
You know, you gain knowledge.
Yeah,
or
I'm trying
you
to take
know,
from
or
every
you gain
fucking
confidence
loss.
from a win.
Straight
you know?
up. Straight
Or
up.
you gain knowledge from
Yeah,
a
man.
lesson. So
I'm not trying to let it set me back, but I'm just trying to take something from each fucking loss.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know, like especially the past 10 years, I've seen heaps of loss. You know, some of my closest mates have gone just like that, or just not even in my life anymore for other reasons. So you know, you realize who's there and like you appreciate it more.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
the evolution of getting older, man.
That's it too.
You
That's
know?
exactly what it is. And as we get older, you know, those friendships evolve. And post Welcome to Gullywood, how far after Welcome to Gullywood is Seppuku? Oh, well, it's fucking years.
2 years.
Is it only 2
Yeah,
years?
2, maybe 3. Yeah.
Okay. Was there any? Well, you were doing a couple of individual joints, weren't you? So you had that. What was the fucking joint on Peter's beat?
Oh, I did a couple of singles.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Can't step to me. Go. No, can't.
Can't fuck with me.
Can't fuck with me.
Yeah, that was. I didn't mind that. That
I love
was
that
that was the first track after Gullywood,
Yes.
and then I did that tribute track,
Yeah.
like Ode to Past Soldiers or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
The
Yeah.
process of going into working on a full length record with Lazy Grey. Now, you and I, like, you know, even going back to the start of this conversation, you and I, there's a lot of parallels in our life in that you and I, but pretty much two of the only people, maybe Biggie, that work closely with Lops. I know Bigfoot worked quite closely with Lops, and you and I are also amongst the few that work closely with Lazy Grey.
Yeah.
So going into this for you guys, like, tell me about it. Like, how does it begin? Where does the process begin with Lays? Because Lays isn't, you know.
Having that same conversation we just had about getting back to enjoying it again.
Yeah.
Because he had to find that too.
He did. Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just an idea. It started with send us a beat. You got any beats?
Yep.
He's like, sure, I'll send you a couple.
Yep.
Send me like fucking 15.
This happened around the time he put out the demo, the
Yeah,
beat tape,
and I said, I
wasn't
like them all.
it? Yeah.
Can I have them all?
I'll rap on them.
And he's like, tell me which ones you want and you can have them. And I was
Yeah.
like, so out of not greedy me, I was like, oh, fucking I'll have 3,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like, fuck yeah. And then, and then it just evolved and I just went, nah, fuck that. Let's
Let's go.
chuck me a bunch and
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
do a project. And
Yeah.
he's like, and I told him my idea, which was Seppuku, having the artwork like that, original artwork. And the concept of like 3 or 4 different tracks that I'd not started writing, but wanted to write.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was all in. Yeah.
All over it.
Fucking 9 months later, it was done, man.
9 months.
Yeah, it took like under a year to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Gullywood was like a 5-year fucking experience. Man.
Yeah.
But,
But Gullywood was such a monumental album. It deserved.
Yeah, it was
What it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
was a big step.
Yeah.
It was huge.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
You know, you'd gone through a lot, as you touched on earlier,
Yeah,
losing the project
Yeah.
and then recreating the project in so much.
Man, my
much.
project got bootlegged. Fuck.
Dude. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, someone come bootlegged my shit.
What, just online? Thrown up
Oh,
online? or-
you might have heard about it, but yeah.
I don't remember.
Maybe.
I don't know.
No.
Probably
I've heard
actually.
in the pipeline someone was bootlegging my shit, so.
Oh, really? You were a part of that?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Apparently, yeah.
What, the pressing?
Apparently, yeah.
Oh.
The yellow ones, the yellow wax we did, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, fuck. Well, it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
But anyway, I was sort of honoured.
It was worth
To a point.
It was worth being bootlegged.
Bootlegged.
Your writing process going into this, Gaz, is your writing process generally always the same? Or when you
Yeah,
approach a
pretty
lazy
much.
beat, you know?
No.
How many lazy beats did you hit before this? There was a couple, wasn't there?
Couple, yeah. Yeah, on projects.
Yes.
Man, he gave me like fucking 18 beats.
I was going to say, because
It wasn't that I didn't like him. I just, I didn't want to be a greedy
Of
cunt.
course.
So
Yeah. But from memory, this was like around the same time that he put out the beat tape, wasn't it? He had that beat tape that
all them beats are part of that process.
That's right, yeah.
Part of his process for that was, collating beats.
Yeah,
and like I got a little sneak preview
Of course.
before the beat tape
Yeah.
was released
Yep,
and
yep.
got to select a few beats. And
Yep.
that's basically where it all similar sort of sounding beats. If you listen to the beat tape and you listen to Seppuku,
Yep.
you'll probably find a few made in the same sort of theme. But
Yeah. I've had this in the car, that's where the CD is, isn't it?
that beat tape's incredible.
Oh, the beat tape's fucking sick.
Fuck,
It's
yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah.
But so is this.
Yeah.
Like listening to this.
Beat wise is
Listening back.
I'm
But
stoked
lyrically,
with that.
the project.
Yeah,
it's complete.
Yeah.
Even more so than Welcome. Like I always thought fucking
Yeah,
Welcome
I'm
to Gullywood was
heaps
so
more
good.
proud of that one than I am most any
I'll bet.
release I've done. Yeah,
I'll bet.
just lyrically, it's good
Yep.
for me.
Yeah.
And it's relevant, I suppose.
Mm,
Because it's got everything.
Yeah. It's all there, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, and like just even the posse cut. Like, Lazy Grey,
Yeah.
Checkmate, and Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's sick, dude.
Yeah, you should hear the one we've got for the new project.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Taunts, Bigfoot, and Lazy.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
Oh man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
On a monster?
Yeah. The dude that's doing all the beats for my new album, he's a fucking killer.
I was going to ask you, so...
Crass Productions, yeah.
Okay. And
Adam, his name is, yeah.
Yeah, because I see him on social media. I know I follow him on social media.
Yeah, that just all started from that too. I just
Yeah.
commented on one of his beats, said it's killer beat.
Yeah,
He's like, do you want to rap on it? And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, send it to me.
Yeah.
Next day I sent him back a track and he's like, fuck, you don't fuck around, do
Dude.
you? And I was like, send me more. He
Yeah,
sent me
yeah.
more. Fucking 6 months later, we've got the project done,
Yeah,
man.
dude.
Like, it was just
And you
that
don't
simple.
fuck around.
No,
Yeah.
I'm, if I want to make music, I'll tell you and I'll do it.
Yeah.
If I like a beat, I'm all in. I'll just sit there and dwell on it and come back to it. And
You put the CRS logo on the back of that. I'm just fucking
Yeah.
noticed that.
yeah, well, like I said, I had the
still
cunt
a part of
tattooed
you.
on my back, my whole back. But I got
Exactly.
that covered up too, so
Have you had that covered, have you?
yeah, it was a monumental task. It's
Yeah.
still in the process. But I'll always be Cool Rad Schools or Cunt Rap Syndicate, whatever you call
Of
it.
course, man. It's
But,
fucking
it's
part of
it's
it.
where it all started. Is the,
What did you taking from this working with Lays? How closely are you working with Lays during this? This is during COVID and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it was actually. So, on a few tracks, I just sent him back, and he just gave his feedback, and
Yep.
we just
Would you change
created.
anything, or would you?
He
switch
had
things?
he just gave his honest opinions, and
Yeah.
we just came together on a couple
Yep.
of tracks. Like couple changed because he thought it would sound better, and in the end it did. Especially like track listing together and stuff like that.
yeah,
and
yeah.
How it all gelled together and
Yeah,
finishing tracks off and starts and so he was involved in the whole thing.
yeah.
He sings on it.
What does he sing on?
He's singing on the music, on the hook.
On which one? On the second last
on
one?
music.
Okay, yeah.
He's actually singing on the hook.
Bullshit, really?
Yeah, I've got the acapella at home. I should sell it, eh?
You could do. I should sell it.
Yeah.
Isolate his section. That's fucking hilarious.
Should auto-tune it.
Dude, I think I know what you're talking about now too. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, I've had it it's
He
been
told
just
me
rinsing
once,
in the car.
Yeah, well, you don't hear it.
I
It's
never
like,
fucking picked.
It's in the background.
Yeah,
but that's his production on it was just incredible, man.
Yeah.
So he sent me loops. I sent him the tracks recorded over loops and created the way I saw it. He came back, reproduced each beat, would send it to me. He's like, "Do you like that?" And I was like, "Oh fuck, it's just like so much better." Dropouts, extra, patterns and stuff like that. So every track just came back like 10 times better than what it originally was. So it was an easy process, man.
And there is a concept to it, the concept of seppuku.
Well, death before dishonor, I suppose. Yeah, that's what respect is. Honor.
But even just down to like the one track names and like there's
that was a reason for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, well, that's if you read the tracks, it's like respect.
Yes.
Karma. Yeah. Which is a big thing. I believe addict is it's powerful because everyone can deal with addiction in all different ways, whether you're just a complete cocksucker or whether you're addicted to something.
Exactly.
You could be addicted to fucking just standing over people.
Bro.
All of it.
Yeah.
Honor's huge. Or whether you're a crim, whether you're not, there's always a level of honor among thieves, especially. That's why I say it in that. Logan. I had to rep Logan because that's where I'm from. Originators. That's what I see. Lazy, Bigfoot, Checkmate. Those guys are originators.
Yes. 100%.
So that's what that was. Yeah. Tribute track.
Yep.
And that's pretty much how I visualized it.
Yeah.
Wrote it down and then recorded accordingly, basically. Yeah.
And then getting Eric Tattoo, Eric B Tattoo, the tattoo artist formerly known as Ken Oath.
It's incredible
to do the art.
Yeah.
And Eric's got that real, he's got that Japanese, that Oriental style art.
And then some douchebag dropped another album, similar fucking cover looking about 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
But we won't get into that.
we needn't tread that path. Even down to the fucking intro. Like that intro sounds like a movie.
Yeah.
And it's Hoss.
Yeah.
Shouts to Hoss.
Yeah, Hoss Flair.
Hoss Flair.
Legendary.
The Velvet Jesus.
Billy Donuts, all of those things.
What's his Italian
Hoss,
dude?
Man.
What's his bloody Dino
Fratelli.
Dino Fratelli, that's the one.
Man, shout out Hoss, man.
Big shouts to Hoss.
I love that dude, man, since the first day I met him, man. Like in Melbourne, we're at Audio Zombie Studios, Bonesy Two Blade Studio.
Yep.
And Hoss was there. It was like the first time I'd ever been there, and he comes out and he I think we smoked a joint and then we were drinking some rum cans and he just starts rapping Iced Tea reverse to me, just loud, in a wog accent and shit. And I'm fucking look at this kind of Ice G, I was calling him the whole weekend. He was had a Raiders jacket and shit on. I was just had long hair back then, it was full on long. Wasn't mullet or And man, ever since then he's just been himself. He came up for my album launch, my Hazardous Teeth album launch, he was dressed like Ivan Lendl, like a tennis player with the short shorts and shit with the white shoes. And
like a Bjorn Borg.
like the way most cunts dress these days.
Yeah,
true, he was so ahead of his time.
Yeah.
And
he's just stylish.
Yeah, and people were like, who the fuck's that dude in the tennis shorts on stage? And I was like, that's my homie Hoss from Melbourne. And they're like, is he playing tennis or not? No,
that's Hoss.
I'm like, you wait.
That's style, baby.
Yeah,
that's style.
Style 101.
Style.
I could never rock it, but
I swear people have taken cues from Hoss.
100%. 100%.
Man, fuck. So much of his shit. You see so much of what Hoss was doing fucking a decade ago.
Yeah.
And what exists today.
Yeah.
It's like going back to Fractures music and shit like that. There's you hear all that, what they were doing fucking a decade plus ago in the music today.
Yeah.
You see how Hoss looked when we all first met him and shit like that.
Yeah.
I remember you guys coming back to Brisbane and being like, man, we met this dude down there. I was like, I never met this cunt. I've been in Melbourne a dozen times. I never met him. And then the next time I go down, Bonesy,
he's
Bonesy.
just there.
Yeah.
Every time I went to Melbourne, which is heaps of times throughout a period there, I said, we were doing shows all the time.
Yeah.
Them two were the first on my door. Doesn't matter which hotel I was in or be just sitting at the bus stop. They'd be just rock up, Gaz, get in. And I'll be like, you're a right cunt.
I've always said Bonesy is always one of the first people I see, or back when we travelled down, Bonesy would be one of the first people I saw, and he would be the last to leave.
Yeah, for sure.
He'd be with us the whole weekend. Yeah. I'd be like, fuck.
He wouldn't go home.
Man, it was
do anything.
fucking awesome. And he'd take us around.
Yeah.
He'd be like, what do you need, Jake? What do you need? Bonesy's all over it.
He runs Melbourne.
I love Bonesy, man. I seen him on a photo. I seen him in a photo with fucking Bias just recently. I was like, what?
Yeah,
fucking Bonesy.
Yeah. I didn't think he. Yeah. Well, anyway. Yeah.
Well, he was working. He's working on. He's working on music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was doing some stuff. Yeah, I think pretty much.
Mm.
He fucks around a lot. I'll give you
Big shouts
that.
to Two Blades.
Man,
His process. He's got a process.
Yeah, he did mastering on Hazardous to Your Health. That's what we were down
That's
there.
right. Yeah.
And he did Dead Brain Diaries for Taunts.
Well, he did a lot of taunts as well.
Yeah. He's done some early Brad Strutt stuff as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. And then beyond that, he worked on a lot of death metal.
Yeah.
His thing was death metal. He was in the death metal scene in Melbourne.
For sure.
Yeah. And doing a lot of those.
That's why he was the perfect sound engineer for us.
Yeah.
Because that's what we were making was like hardcore rap.
Did you meet him through taunts?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's how I met him.
Yeah. I just said, can you mate do any mastering for him? He goes, he likes your shit.
Yeah.
Just come down.
Yeah.
So I just flew down there on a whim and fucking just went to his house, and I don't think we left for like 2 days.
No
just
shit.
sat in his studio,
Yeah.
vibing. We got fuck all done.
yeah, to do fuck all,
mate.
mate.
Music.
Where was he living down there?
It
Sunshine
took,
or
like,
whatever, wasn't he?
I don't know, 18 months to get any music back from him, but it was killer though.
Yeah. When you got it back.
Man, you don't have to. Yeah, he definitely knows how to get that hard sound, and we were after that. Yeah.
And when you're fucking dude, like when you have, a lot of the people that we work with or mix with and stuff like that, they'll just be hip hop, so they mix stems and things like that. It's all on a computer screen. Shit was analog, it was bands, so he'd have to mic drum kits and fucking guitars and run all that shit separately.
Yeah, he
and
mastered a lot of pretty famous music during the rock and roll scene.
Absolutely.
And,
and knows a lot of like famous people from the music scene,
he's been in some pretty good studios.
Yeah.
He's just a humble dude,
Yeah.
A grimy dude.
You're grimy dude, yeah.
That's why we like him.
He's got a humbleness
he's
to him
Melbourne,
too.
he's a Melbourne version of a couple of dudes up here but he probably wouldn't appreciate me saying that. I love Bonesy, yeah.
Dude, Bonesy's charm. I love Bonesy, man. Like, even my missus likes Bonesy. I mean, fucking he pretty much, he came up once, he was staying with Biggie. And I think he was at my house like every second day or something like that when he was staying with Biggie, you know? Like, he'd be like, oh, what's Bonesy up to? He'd come over and fucking drink with me and Nadia. And, it's just good energy, like just
for sure.
regardless of whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's how we met those dudes, though. Is that I met Taunts at Nurture Festival. Remember that in Brisbane?
Fuck,
Step in many moons ago.
Nurture Fest.
Yeah, we were all supposed to perform there. CRS was going to perform. Town Drunks were going to perform.
Yeah.
I don't think Lazy was.
That was what happened there?
Was there? Bigfoot was there. Checkmate and Nuisance.
Was there some
Bunks.
was something?
And we all ended up back at Lopsy's house because the fight happened. Like, it was a 3-day festival.
Oh no, that wasn't. That was that Nurture Fest thing was another thing that you guys did. That one you're talking about was that other thing. It was that
like a 3-day festival.
Yeah, at the Step In.
Yeah.
That Nurture Fest thing? That was at the Jubilee Hotel, remember?
It was too, yeah. That was like one of the first ever CRS shows.
And almost the last.
The first one was Rosie's at the Heavy Metal Bar in the city.
Yeah, dude.
It was killer.
Yeah. That was the album launch, eh?
Yeah.
Was that Gully Gargs and Gristle?
Yeah, fuck yeah. It was too, yeah.
Gully and Gargoyle,
you know?
Rest in peace to Joey Gargs. I mean,
man.
fuck, Jesus.
That was when I met Joey that night.
Yeah.
Him and Bunks were just had backpacks on and they just rocked straight from the airport to the show and then straight back to the airport.
You know what? I met Joey that day. I can't remember how, but he got however he got around, he got to the Stones Corner Hotel.
Yeah.
And me and Lopsy walked up and met him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know that I even had a phone back then. He might have got in touch with Lops or something like that.
Yeah. I don't think he was too happy about the trip up here.
Nah.
Anyway.
Didn't he stay in a park or something? Like, it was just like, he was just over it and he was just like, fuck, I'll go sleep in a park until tomorrow.
Pretty much, yeah.
Joey Gargs, man.
Yeah, man.
Good dude, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Good dude. Used to see him around in Melbourne, too. Like, obviously, everyone fucking
That was when I
G.
met Bunks, too, man. Yeah, Bunks is a fucking legend, man. He'd be my favourite Aussie rapper for sure.
Shouts to Billy.
Yeah. Like Milk Money, too, would honestly be the most entertaining rap album that's come out of this country, man.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
It's funny because I think you and I have spoken on Milk Money, too, in the past.
Probably,
yeah,
man.
dude.
I talk about it a lot, actually.
It was a huge influence.
Yeah, it is. Like, I still listen to it.
Yeah.
It's like a CD that's on top of my CD stacker.
Yeah.
You know, like fucking... Because I still listen to CDs.
And up on streaming services
yet,
Gary?
Spin and shit.
Watch the cut
I'm old school.
But what the fuck you do? That's right. The Gully Gargs. I've got the posters for it still.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah,
Bezza did the poster to it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And fuck, he was like Billy was one of Bez's, you know, that Legionnaire Cap Gangster shit. Like,
oh man, that's what
Bez
started
loved that.
listening to LCG was that Bunks, Gargs, and Taunts.
Yeah.
Like that was like the most gangster hip hop I've
Yeah.
ever heard from this country because it was raw.
Yeah.
Raw as fuck.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't even know what we're talking about.
No, that's true, eh? That's true.
Legionnaires, Capped Gangsters.
Legionnaires Cap Gangsters.
That's what they were. LCG.
Dude, it was so
And
dope.
people were like, what, don't you mean LC, like Lyrical Commission?
Yeah.
Like, no, LCG, man.
LCG.
They came out before LC, man. Like,
Yeah.
they're originators, man. Yeah.
Who organised that tour or that show?
Bez would have.
Was Bez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bez was like CRS manager. He
Yeah.
started CRS like pre-2000s.
Yeah.
It was Cool Rad Skills. And then like once we all started rapping, it became Cunt Rap Syndicate.
Carbonara ravioli spaghetti.
Whatever.
Oh, dude, whatever.
Yeah, champion Runcorn Squires. Like,
The champion Runcorn squad.
Squires.
Squires.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them, mate.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we've been caught a lot of shit, eh?
Now back to Seppuku, right? This sold out.
Yeah.
You fucking made it.
Yeah.
Tapes, everything fucking
Tapes
went.
and CDs went in 3 days.
Yeah.
I
mean,
wanted
obviously,
a day. It was limited release.
limited release, but
Yeah.
regardless,
Yeah.
you know, like,
It was all
and
gone.
fucking, it's like listening back to
Man,
it.
trying to pack it all. Holy fuck.
How'd you go?
Well, I had to do the individual stamp with the
Of
wax on
course,
each
and then
one.
wrapping them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got the HG stamp made, and then I had the burgundy wax.
Yeah.
And so each one I had to pull the wax on, and
Yeah.
so everyone got hand
Yeah.
wrapped, hand packed.
That's dope.
Yeah, well, I thought it was. It was I thought it was corny when I
Yeah.
first did it. And then I was
There's
like,
anything
fuck,
but.
they're selling out. I got like 50, 80 of these cunts to do.
Dude, and then the fucking like the what was like the tie, you know how it's tied up and then sealed?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
So you did all that.
Yeah, I did it all. Yeah.
That didn't come back like that. That didn't come back from the press, you know, like
No, I did all that.
fuck.
It was
I
all
must have
hand-wrapped.
known that.
Yeah, just all butcher's paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
But it was just the concept, you know, like, you know,
yeah,
comes all wrapped.
dude.
You know, so
It's better than shrink wrap. You know, like it's
Yeah.
you know, like every CD used to just come shrink wrap, cassette tape shrink wrap.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
something
when you
different.
buy something and you say you buy 2 CDs from somewhere and they give you like some extra stickers.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all you just get the 2 CDs.
Yeah.
And they won't sign shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those extras. You know
Yeah,
what I
dude.
mean? Like,
Attention to detail.
yeah.
Like God's in the
Yeah.
details, baby.
And then
you know?
no shit, did that one, sold, and then did the vinyl release, the 7-inch
Yep.
with Flu,
Yep.
sold out too.
Yeah.
All copies. Like,
Yeah. But tell us about tell us about that process, because there was a bit of a process there, wasn't there? Did you wind up getting, didn't you get like fucking half of them pressed in the wrong color or something? They came
They
back
sent me
and-
back black and I didn't order black.
Yeah.
I ordered white and
The blood splatter. Yeah.
And then they sent me back black.
Mm.
So then they had to send me back 3 white ones.
Mm.
So I ended up with 3 black ones.
That's sick.
50.
Yeah.
So then I just got some more covers printed up and then just released it as like a triple set at the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
It didn't sell all the black ones, still got some left
Yeah.
on hgcrew.com and
Yeah.
Broken Tooth, but yeah. But yeah, the other ones sold out, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, which was good. Man, sold them Germany, Paris, fucking London,
Really?
Chicago, Texas, fucking all over the world, man.
That's 7.
Never
Wow.
shipped my shit that far before. That
Wow.
one was more locally.
Yeah.
You know, there was a couple, like 2 to America and 1 to France and 1 to London. But the 7,
Yeah.
man, just as many overseas as what it was here.
Wow.
Which was a cunt because I had to pay for all the postage.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
How do you go
postage
shipping?
overseas
I've never
is
shipped a
fucked.
record overseas ever.
Yeah, well, 7 isn't too bad.
Yeah.
But if you're shipping a 12 or something like that, it becomes a bit more expensive.
Fuck.
But yeah, it's not cheap. No, they don't miss you.
No, fuck. No,
They don't
dude.
miss you.
Well, I
You know?
suppose, yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to pay that extra for shipping either.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Fuck, I wish I had brought. I've got 2 copies of the 7 at home. I should have brought one down. I mean, we got it on the fucking laptop sitting here. That's why I brought it up, because I actually forgot. I was like, oh, I should fucking bring that down. It was a great fucking record. Hooking up with Fluey, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I've always wanted to do a project with Flu.
Me
and then,
too. I wanted to do it too.
And I just wanted to do a 7.
Yeah.
Never really dropped it, just a project as a 7.
Yep.
So we've got a series of them coming out.
Oh,
Actually.
word.
So I'm working on the next one.
Sick.
Yeah. And
Sick.
yeah, the guests are just as fucking good.
Yeah.
So I had to like link up with the country's best MC and culprit for that one. You know,
so that's the other side to this one, isn't it?
And
then
then my favorite rapper had to be at the moment on the other side, which would be Daniel's son. So,
How do you go? So I had Duckets on the show last week, right? And we pretty much kicked the episode off because he sent me through a bunch of new joints that he's doing, and they're produced by Dantes, and they are fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
and so we got into the conversation of what it is to work with Kings Connected and how it's kind of like, it's almost an intimidating process because you know how fucking, it's not intimidating in the sense that you can't like, you're going to bring your A game, but that's what you have to do. If you're going against it, you know what the fuck it is. Those cunts are fucking formidable and incredible.
Yeah.
You know, and when you bring yourself to their project or they bring themselves to your project, regardless, however, whatever the process, it's like, man,
it can be intimidating.
I got to have an A game.
I'm not intimidated by any MC.
Okay.
I just enjoy the creative process of collaborating.
So you're not.
So I'm happy to send a dude that I know will probably burn me on a track.
Yeah.
My verse first. I'm happy to send
Yes.
it to him.
Yeah.
And then you come with what you want to do, but I'm still not going to go back and re-record my verse.
You pretty much just said it there. A dude that will burn you on a track because I was just like, it's
not competition. It's creative.
However you want to phrase it.
It's concept driven.
Yeah.
And everything I do is concept driven.
Yeah, dude.
The track was, we spoke about what I wanted the track to, how I wanted it to sound.
Yep.
And, you know, and he's like, what about this?
Yeah.
And it's culprit, you know. He comes with nothing but fire,
nothing but. You know. Yeah, I know. When we did Relentless,
he's like, honestly, he would have to be one of the best MCs in the country. You know, the most underrated for sure.
Fucking A.
You know.
But it's just, I just like, and once again, we pretty much sort of had a similar discussion with Duckets. It's just the output. You know, like if they were dropping a song every week, who could fucking ignore them?
No.
But they don't do that because there's an immense quality in what they release. And when Culprit's project comes, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's gonna be over with.
Yeah.
Over with, man.
Yeah.
A lot of MCs are gonna fucking hang up their fucking they're gonna dead the app on their phone that they write into, cunt. I was gonna say they're gonna put their pen down, they can't even write with a pen anymore.
Yeah,
but,
Donnie's played me some shit at his place and it doesn't even sound like it's from this country, you know? And it is.
It is. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a hard task because everybody's got their own sound these days.
Yeah.
And which is cool. I don't like most of it, but you know, that's me being honest. You know, I fuck with a few dudes' music, but not many.
Yeah.
But yeah, Culprit's on another level.
Another level.
Yeah.
Like I said it last week, I listened to those dudes.
I wanted to re-record my verse after I heard his
So
track.
there's still that because that's all I'm getting at. All I'm getting at is like when you're getting Culprit on a track, you know what you're going. How the fuck do you approach that track?
You can't have.
I know that in myself.
Well, you know, if the best verse finishes, you know, so whoever comes the hardest gets finishing spot.
Yeah.
That's what a posse cut is for me.
Of course.
That's the way we've just arranged the latest posse cut. Was just like bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
How'd we come? Someone wrote off this dude. All right, sweet. That goes that way.
Yeah.
It just finds its place.
Yeah.
But yeah, working with Donnie's, man, he's just incredible making beats, man.
Dude.
Again, not enough output out there. Yes. But he's got, you know, we've all got a lot of shit going on.
Oh, exactly.
You know, shout out to Donnie, man.
Big shout out to
Dantes.
Yeah.
Same with Culprit. So, but yeah, you know, life gets a hold of you, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I love both those dudes so much, man. Like they're just too good. And I saw Culprit a little while ago because, you know, I work in the same area where he gets his son and he's like, Jake. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, mind you, this is probably going back to mid last year. It's the last time I saw him. You know, but it's, you know, it was just like, fuck.
I saw him at a kid's birthday party again. That's where
no shit.
That's where we see everybody.
Yeah. Well, dude, exactly.
We're all kids, you know.
Exactly.
But yeah, you know, like we're gonna work on some more shit for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's always working on stuff, man.
He's always, bro.
Yeah.
Always.
He's got some shit in the chamber that would just knock anyone off their perch.
Oh, dude.
Like people claiming that like my shit's the best shit. Like fucking shut up, man.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Don't even say that. You're insulting yourself and everybody else who's making music at the same
It's good
time.
to be confident. It's good to have that
I put a post up like confidence good, overconfidence corny as fuck.
Indeed.
You know, it is. Because you're insulting other people.
Yeah.
You know, you're not the only one making music. And you're gonna you don't get crown yourself the king, man. You know,
Nah,
you got to be
man.
crowned.
No, exactly.
And people don't understand that.
Exactly. There's a coronation, and that
I'm not
coronation
saying
is
I'm
doing
a
the
king
work.
anyway. I'm like, don't call me a king because I'm not. I'm just a dude, you know, just another fucking dude.
Yep.
But yeah, people are
But
too
you're
quick
more
to
than
call
just-
themselves a don or a fucking king. It's like,
But what
God.
separates you guys is that you are more than just another dude. Like, you've created your own lane. You've done you. You know,
Yeah.
I think
That's because no one else can do me. You know,
But
I'm
beyond-
the best person to do it.
of course, of course. But you apply like there's a business acumen in how you
Definitely.
apply it to your music post Carcinogenics, like what you've
There's
gone on
structure
to
to it.
solo.
Yeah.
You know, like if we cast our minds back to CRA, it was just a vastly different thing. You know,
yeah.
versus what it is today.
Oh, for sure.
You know, like
There's
it's
no
just
structure to anything.
there was nothing.
Now my whole everything's structured.
Yeah,
You know, like I'm not to an OCD level,
No.
but you know, like it's verging on it mainly, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's reasons for everything, you know.
Oh, of course.
You know, times of the essence, if I could say that, you know. So I won't be rapping forever, but I'll forever have my finger on the fucking button, you know.
Do you feel a pressure, or do you put a pressure on yourself? Like when you say time is of the essence, is there do you feel a degree of pressure within yourself
probably
in
that
terms
10
of
years I lost, like doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
That's where that pressure comes from.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
And being an old dad, I suppose. I don't want to be an old dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's not much I can do about that. You know.
No.
But
what
know.
constitutes an old dad? Like we
I
live in a
don't
different
care
day and
how old
age.
I am. I'm present.
Yeah.
I'm a present dad. You know, I'm present.
It's 100%. 100%.
So
you know, like you go back to our parents' generation, they had kids when they were fucking 20. It's just a different thing. You know, like they were married. They were married within 3 months and they were fucking pregnant the following year. You know, like kids by fucking 21. That's how the fuck it works.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we were brought up in a different era. The kids are different these days.
I didn't have my kid until 34. You know, you had a daughter at the same age.
Yeah.
You were older than me when you had your second child. You know, we've got daughters the same age.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
so it's you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the pressure you feel? Like, is that because you have to devote so much of yourself elsewhere?
No, because I enjoy that.
Yeah,
I enjoy the process. So if I didn't, I wouldn't make as much music as I do.
Yeah, it's true
for sure.
Yeah.
And there's an outlet for it too. So you know, selling all the physicals.
Yeah.
Gives you confidence.
It's fun too.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah, I'm still.
You still having fun?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it otherwise, man.
Yeah.
I said no to a couple of shows last year.
Yep.
But then, you know, the Onyx one came up, and I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, why not? You know what I mean?
Onyx.
Like, it's an honor. You know, I'm blessed to be able to do it. So, fucking why not? Let's just do it.
Yeah.
You know, I'll just keep rapping until cunts don't want me to rap anymore.
No, dude.
And then I'll keep rapping anyway.
Yeah. But you know, like the thing is, if you turn everything down, well, people will stop asking.
Yeah.
That's inevitable.
Oh, for sure.
You know.
Yeah. And it's not about that anyway, man. Like as soon as I stop having fun with it, I'll find something else to do. You know, simple as that. I mean, we talked about putting shows on years ago. Remember, we were like, "Oh, let's fucking do it." You know, we could take over everything, but there's a lot of work to put in.
Fucking lot of
work.
work.
A lot of groundwork's got to go into to do anything good.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, I think all those years of making music before, it's what 20 years. I wrote my first rap when I was like 2003 or 4.
Yep.
You know, like.
Yep. I wrote my first rap's 98.
It still doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
Doesn't, bro. Doesn't feel like that long ago.
No,
Not to me, man.
Yeah.
Not to me.
So.
Not to me.
But yeah, it all evolves into one point in time. You know, this represents me now or whenever I released it. And my new shit's a heaps more raw, so it's more of a concept, I suppose.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's hard to make music that represents you properly.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't really represent me. It's just a moment in time.
What'd you say? You find? I think I misheard that. I thought you said it's hard to find music that represents you.
Trying to make music
that represents you.
Like in that.
How so?
Well,
I mean, your music is so unique to you. I wouldn't think that it represents much. You know, much else beyond you.
In my that it represents me,
of course,
for sure.
Yeah.
But I just do it my own way.
Yeah.
You know, I've never really tried to do anything any different than the way I do it.
Yeah,
you know, whatever comes naturally, you know what I mean? I never tried to force the point like, oh, you want to try rapping on this beat because everybody else is like, I don't like the beat.
Yeah.
I couldn't even bring myself to do it.
Not good.
You know, I've gotten there before everyone else is doing this, would have been a killer joint to get on, but just not feeling it, so I can't force it. You know.
Yeah.
It's like first time doing a show after giving up drinking. trying to gain that energy to, you
How
know,
do you do it?
it's like you got to falsify it. You know, I was getting anxiety and
Bro.
fucking, you know,
Yeah.
coffee and fucking donuts got me there in the
Yeah,
end.
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So,
Well, that's a perfect segue into what I wanted to ask you next, which was, you know, practicing for these shows, stepping on stage again for the first time. What, since probably pre-COVID? Have you done another show?
We did the Kings Connected show.
Well, that was pre-COVID.
Yeah,
When the fuck was
pre-COVID.
that?
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Haven't done it for a while. No, haven't done fuck all. Did like some live raps at the Triple Z, at the hip hop show.
Yeah.
But yeah, see what happens, I suppose.
Yeah. But are you having fun? Are you practicing? You sort of,
Yeah. I wouldn't do it without it.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a consummate professional.
You feeling it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
me and Bigfoot's jumping up with me too.
Sick. Yeah.
So it should be pretty good.
Yeah. Because I often think about shows, you know, and that's where so many of us cut our teeth initially, you know, like it was performing live,
Yeah.
performing live
It was
frequently.
like, the
You know,
ultimate crescendo to releasing your album was
Yeah.
to do the album launch.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
And then, as you just said, you know, fuck, man, well, Jesus Christ, you go back to some of those shows that I used to fucking do, man. Like, you'd be a bottle deep and fucking have snorted a bag before you fucking step on stage.
Before.
Exactly.
Before even sound check.
Before. And, you know, it's funny because I had Lasers over on the weekend and we were talking about shows and shit. And I was like, man, I don't know how I could step on stage now because I could not do that to get myself on stage today. So how would I go stepping on stage now? Would I be better? I might be fucking 10 times fucking better.
Yeah.
You know, but everyone used to go, oh, well, you were the fucking live performer. You know, that's what you could do. Biggie had the same sort of thing. Biggie wasn't
Well, I've
my
done
shit, but, you know.
8 or 9 shows sober now.
Yeah.
And like the first one was hard.
Yeah.
But by the end of the set,
Yeah.
you love the music, eh?
Yeah, dude.
The beat, music goes through you.
Yeah.
You're vibing with it.
Yeah.
It's
the
crowd's
drug in
vibing with
itself,
it.
I suppose.
It
isn't
is.
Yeah.
It's the drug itself.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
You know, live music.
It is. Yeah.
And even like listening to live music when you're into it.
Mm.
You know, we were on at the Quandamuka Festival not long ago watching Satcham, you know, like, you heard of Satcham?
I've heard of him, yeah.
Him and Tom Thumb were doing a set over there, and just you could just feel like the energy from dudes.
Yeah.
You know, so I like to portray that.
Exactly.
You know,
man.
I'm not just
Yeah.
going to stand on stage and
That's right.
just rap. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like if I'm going to just give as much energy as I got, regardless of what the crowd's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because,
Yeah.
you know, when you're doing like a show for like Onyx, not everybody's there for you. You know what I mean? But if you're a headline in your show, everybody's there for you.
Yep.
So it's a different type of crowd.
Oh,
You know?
100%.
A lot of people don't understand that either.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
I'm supporting Onyx.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're not. You're on pretty early. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well, you
Like,
take it. Yeah, there's a different method that goes into the preparation for that show because you're not the draw. You're not the main draw card.
Yeah.
But we do know in this city, you are part of the draw card.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I hope to think that. Yeah.
Without
I hope I
fail.
sold some tickets.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, like I said, we were going to do the Seppuku launch at the end of the year, into last year, but it never really happened. And then it was going to go to Melbourne, and it never went to Melbourne. And it's the same thing with like that happened with Gullywood. Like we were going to go to Melbourne with that show, and then Adelaide, and then it's just like the energy was gone. Got sucked for obvious reasons, and but with this one, it was different reasons. It's COVID, you know. Like I couldn't force cunts to have to wear a mask or, you know.
Or if they could even get in anywhere.
Yeah,
if
well,
they
you
could
know,
even fucking go.
Yeah, so I just didn't want to even do that. So I know I got hit up to do like a fucking live Instagram fucking gig and shit, and they were going to pay us to do it. And I was like, nah. Like they wanted me to organise cunts to do it. And
So you get people on fucking Instagram live and then
I was like, oh man, I don't mind social media, but not for that. You know. Yeah.
I see it. I mean, I suppose during COVID, that's when that whole DJ thing came out too. Like dudes were DJing for people locked down, and you know, and they, you know, dudes like D Nice in the States and Clark Kent, you know, like they call themselves the Originals, New York DJs, Tony Touch. They were doing a lot of lockdown. Yeah. Well, they had a name for it, I think. Even.
Hanging out the window and shit of their apartment blocks and
dudes, you know, playing music and then playing to, you know, 300,000 people streaming your, you know, streaming your live feed on Instagram or whatever.
The forgotten about industry. fucking full on,
Yeah, bro.
Like literally.
Yeah.
Like it's still not even coming back. They're talking about putting big shows on, and it's just like,
well, I mean, we're seeing festivals again.
Yeah.
You know, so I suppose.
Well, the
it is in
numbers
a
will
way.
tell once you start. You know, obviously you have done well by selling out the Strut show.
Well,
which
Brad
is good.
Strut show. I mean, you know, that there is someone, you know, I mean, Brad's got that following, man.
Yeah, he does.
You know, regardless of generation,
Yeah,
regardless.
he's a pioneer.
He hasn't been to Brisbane in 8 years, you know? And I've had a few conversations with him about it, and he's like, man.
He probably wants to make do from last time he was
Bro,
there too.
he's itching. You know,
Yeah.
he's talking like, you know, he even said, he's like, you know, I don't throw conversations out there, but like, you know, he was talking redemption in a way, you know, like because last time he came up, he wasn't happy with the
Yeah, and he shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
No, but we've had this conversation before, you know, he, you know, and good on him. You know,
Fucking
it's
A.
good to see that. You know, there's you know, there's still people sort of write off the older generation when it comes to the music pretty quickly. You know, it's just like you know, they've had their time. It's like, what do you mean time? Like, fucking, you're gonna tell me to stop making music because I'm too old?
No.
You know, hearing these fucking algorithms like, oh, if you're over 16, we're not going to play your music anymore on Triple J and shit like that. You know, not getting replies from radio stations when you're trying to feed them new music, but they don't want to play you because you've had your time in the sun. Like,
Yeah.
well, I don't want to be on your corny fucking playlist anyway.
Yeah, fuck
you know,
yeah.
like if I'm the only dope cunt on there, then your playlist is shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like if I don't know who they are,
Yeah.
and I grew up in this country listening to hip hop,
Yeah.
then they're obviously not making hip hop.
Yeah.
They're making some other shit.
And we all know how fucking shit mainstream radio is regardless. Like, it's just like, fuck,
There's a couple of underground stations that, you know, play good music. You know,
dude, listen, the
you know.
fucking community radio,
But,
the community networks and stuff.
Yeah, the dude that's got his finger on the pulse when it comes to underground music for me would be DJ Hunter from the UK on
Okay.
Itch FM.
Dunno.
You ever heard that dude?
No, never.
Yeah, man.
DJ
Shout
Hunter.
out to him. Shout out to him, man.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking vinyl hunter, DJ vinyl hunter. You might see him. I follow him on Instagram and stuff. He's like, he probably puts together some of the best underground hip hop playlist that I've heard in ages.
Yeah.
Saturday mornings and Sunday mornings.
And
like,
what broad, like
yeah,
world.
you know, Itch FM in the UK. You've heard of that? It's like the biggest hip hop show in the UK. They played my Danielson's shit on there when
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he plays a lot of that stuff I listen to anyway.
Yeah. I see Nelson Dialect has a fucking radio show over there on something. On
Yeah,
some sort of
he's
community network or something.
Yeah, I got a joint with Nelson in
True.
the bank. Yeah,
Yeah, in the
since you
stash.
brought his name up
In the stash.
Yeah.
Gaz, you're fucking working. Your joints, bro. Joints. Well, what, you know, fuck, dude, listen, we've been at it for almost 2 hours already. Like, what, you know, the new record, you know, initially, you know, I wanted to have you back, right?
Yeah.
But then I was thinking, oh, well, fucking, this is perfect leading up to Onyx. This is going to drop post Onyx, so all the talk about the Onyx show will have been through that by the time this drops. We'll be now focused on the forthcoming record.
Yeah, Raw Needs.
Raw Needs.
It's as raw as it gets.
Now you're like, it's being well, it's not being distributed, but it'll be available through like Broken Tooth.
Broken
and
Tooth
HG.
exclusively, yeah.
Exclusively.
Yeah.
So you're working closely with Checkers and that now?
Yeah, he's put it to me if I wanted to release something via Broken Tooth, I had the opportunity to. So I thought, why not?
Yep.
The young producer I'm working with, I thought it'd be an awesome opportunity for him to have something out on a label.
Fucking A, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's me giving back to him because, you know, we don't do it. It's not really about the money. You know, he's interested in getting his music out there. So am I. Checkmate's a gangster about it. He's just always backed me with everything.
Yes.
Always.
Yeah.
He's just like that when it comes. He's a good dude.
Yep.
Good dudes know good dudes, you know. And
100%.
he's one of the standouts, you know.
Yeah.
You know, they invited me to be part of HG a while ago. Well, we've always been 750 HG officially, you know, which was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just said if you want to release it on there, let's do it. So yeah, that's what it'll be coming out on in November.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
November what?
I haven't got a date yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the master back.
Yeah.
But I normally don't advertise shit too early on, but I just wanted to leak it a bit and enjoy the process in the studio and that. Which I have.
And we're going about things in a different way now too. You know, like it is. It's a different. It's now a fucking singles driven thing. It's now it's a less an album thing. Why not just step out there and just start putting give them a little taste test. Give
Yeah.
people a little fucking,
Yeah.
if you follow, follow at Gaz Hazard on social media and stuff, you have been like, putting out little bits of promo and stuff like that.
Yeah, I have my page on private too, so it probably doesn't help me sell my shit, but I'm done with the onlookers. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking, it wears you out with social media. It's the worst thing that I have is, like if you support, that's fucking great. I appreciate it. Fucking bless.
Yeah.
But if you just want to watch, fucking go and watch something else.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're supporting what I do, what my wife does, what my family does, what my friends do, fucking come along and let's do it all together.
Yeah, exactly.
I support everything that my mates do.
Yeah.
Everything my family does. I'll support it.
Yeah.
I share shit all the time on social media, and a lot of people don't really share stuff back, but that's their own prerogative. That's a reflection on them, not me. I'm fully support what my mates do, regardless if I like it. I don't have to like it to support it. That's not what supporting's about.
No. Yeah, support, dude. It's offering your platform to someone else,
Fucking oath. Just
sharing
young
that
producer from Brizzy, good dude, likes grimy music, always supported my music, always supported 750, CRS, HG, all of it. Give back, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And like guests, guests for the new record, that kind of thing.
Biggie, Taunts, and Lazy.
That's
one
right.
Guest
For the
joint,
Posse Cut. Sick. How many tracks?
Title track, Raw Needs.
Yeah. So is it's kind of be like, are you kind of following
similar
in a way?
Yeah.
To Seppuku.
Same packaging.
Yeah. Digipack. Yep.
Yeah. Only on CD.
What's the
no digital release?
No digital.
No digital.
What?
Only CD.
What's the thinking behind that?
Buy it.
This isn't available. Yeah, no doubt. This isn't available digitally either, is it? Or is it now?
It is.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It deserved it with being Lazy produced.
Yeah.
Same with Welcome to Gullywood. A lot of work went into that one, so it deserves to have that
Yeah.
digitally. Hazards to Health isn't available digitally anymore.
Nah. Okay.
CRS isn't available digitally anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm taking it, like I said, it's another step in the taking it back to, if you want it, come find me.
Yeah. Do you have all the CRS stuff?
No CDs, no.
But like access to uploading it digitally?
All of it.
Yeah.
I had control of it, I took it down and put it up.
Yeah.
But it was costing me money to do it too. Like so long ago, man. 2007. You know what I mean?
Fuck, 2007, Jesus Christ.
2007, the first CRS album came out.
Was it really?
Long time ago.
Fuck, 15 years.
Yeah, I didn't even like me in 2007. I don't want to listen to me.
Yeah. There's a fucking. It's funny music though, man. Listening back and listening to Bez's.
It's grimy. Like people still hit me up. Like, I still play that in my fucking car.
Dude, the beats and shit like this.
Raw.
It was dope.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
it was poorly produced, but it was high bass. Rattle your car doors.
I remember recording with Dale.
Yeah.
And I recorded
distorted voices.
Oh, bro, I recorded to the beat, and then it's fucking like the vocal didn't even fit the beat, and I'm like, "What's happened there?" He goes, "Don't worry, Bizzo. Don't worry, Bizzo. I'm fucking moving the shit around." And I'm like, "What are you moving it for?" I just recorded it to the beat.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug, man.
That was funny, man.
Yeah.
I used to laugh my ass off that shit.
That's another dude like Dale.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah. Oh, they're all hell of a drug.
God, Jesus Christ, tell me about it.
Screws Loose Studios, man. That was
Screws Loose.
We produced some shit there, man. We had like 45 tracks for that series.
Yeah, these guys fucking were animals.
Some of it had some pretty killer shit too.
Yeah, dude.
But it just got lost.
That's it. Some of those servo beats back then, holy fuck! Like Jesus Christ,
yeah, he's a killer producer, man.
Bro, good writer, good producer,
a shit person, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, facts are facts.
I mean, I fucks with servo. I don't have the issues,
I've
never had any sort of personal.
He obviously does. So
I don't really even have any relationship with servo, but like I always got along with him. I always enjoyed his company. I always thought he was a bit of a laugh.
Yeah,
different for everyone though, but
yeah.
But so we're looking forward to this new record. Fucking Onyx show will have come and gone by the time this drops. Yeah. Fuck, guys, what else should we touch on?
More shows next year.
More shows?
Yeah.
You're going to step back? You're getting ready?
As well.
Prepping, sort of getting ready to step out?
Oh, well, I've had some offers, yeah. So
Interstate?
Yeah, one in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Melbourne's always been welcoming to me.
Yeah, for
sure.
Like
a second home.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. It's the first sort of city I've ever had mad feedback from a crowd.
Yeah.
Out of state.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was just like Melbourne.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
You
same
know,
for
we
all
did,
of us.
what was it, the Cold Heat launch there. We did stand-up there. I did my album launch
It's true.
there, pretty much all at the Laundry.
Yeah.
You know, some other venues. So, yeah, probably fucking 9 or 10 shows in Melbourne over the
Yeah.
years. And
Yeah.
Adelaide's probably some of my favourite shows.
Yeah.
Gov and that.
Yeah.
Never performed in Sydney, though.
No?
Sydney never really fucked with me. Probably not lad enough. I don't know.
Well, no, it's a hard place to get to too. For whatever reason, it's so close to us.
Yeah.
But when you're up, like, I mean, I
Some
think,
dudes in Sydney fuck with me, but
yeah, of
I don't
course,
know.
yeah.
Not Adelaide.
I think
enough.
we've performed there like, well, me personally, I've been there 4 times,
Yeah.
and each time for a show.
Yeah.
But 4 times over what 20 something years?
Yeah.
You know, when you went to Melbourne, 4 times in the first half of the year.
Yeah.
You know, like
We had
at
some
a
dude
point.
trying to book me and Taunts and some other dudes to do like a North Coast tour, like go Cairns and Airlie Beach. I'm like, those guys don't want to fucking come support.
Dude, they're just-
They don't want to see us. They want to see Illy and fucking.
Bro,
You
exactly.
know what I mean?
Those
So
men,
you got to know your crowd.
yeah,
You know, and
they're,
this is where people stretch and reach for it.
they're a liability
You gotta know
doing
your
those
spot.
shows. You
Yeah.
know, like even going to fucking like I was
You
having-
got to put a commercial artist in a setting like that because that's all the music they're going to hear.
I was having a discussion recently, and we were talking about shows in Byron and Cooley.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, even that, like
Yeah.
they're like you said, you really need to go down there as a name. Like
Yeah.
we did a couple of coastal shows. We played Byron once. We played Byron to the fucking bar staff.
Yeah.
You know, and that was supporting MOP.
Yeah,
We-
MIP and Kings Connected.
dude, you know,
Yeah, and no one showed up. to
no
it.
one showed up. We played
AG
Cooley.
played AG of DITC. Played
Dude,
at fucking
no one.
You know what I mean?
No
There's
one.
No crowd.
We played Cooley
I'm
with
like,
Bias
what the
B.
Fuck.
We played Cooley with Bias B. No one. You know, like fuck, we've done this shit. So it's kind of like, yeah, you know, and going to fucking Airlie Beach. I mean, it's a party town, but
Yeah.
it doesn't mean cunts are walking into your gig.
Yeah.
They're not paying $20 to see you.
Ended up anyway. Well, next question.
It'd be dope though. Like
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
those shows would be dope.
Yeah.
Because how else do you build those crowds? You do have to put those hard yards in. So you got to go play to the 3 people that fucking may be in the venue, but those 3 people may go off, and then you might get a support slot later
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
So you go back up there. That 3 people bring 3. You know, like
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of like
If you
building
want to
that.
do that.
If you're prepared to do
You
it.
know what I mean? Like,
Well, Gaz, I don't want to keep you awake. I don't want to keep you awake any longer, Gary. You've had a long day, mate. You're looking tired, my brother. I really appreciate your time. How long? Fucking Russ isn't in the studio. I'll check how long we've been going because we kicked off at fucking 4:30.
no, all good, man. Appreciate you having me on.
Bro, yeah, we've been here for 2 fucking hours. Listen, Gaz, once again, it's always a pleasure, my brother. We obviously don't see what the fuck was that. We don't see fucking enough of everyone these days, but we do
No.
what we do when we can. You
Yep.
know, it's what growing up is, or getting older anyway. But fuck, dude, fucking congrats, bro. Congrats on everything you do and everything you will continue to do because I know you and I know you won't stop.
Word. Appreciate it, man. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And Beers Beats and the Biz is always here.
Congrats
for Gaz
on
Hazard.
everything, man. All these episodes over 100. We're all proud of you, man. It's like something you've willed into fruition. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, something
Salute to everyone supporting you. And,
Yeah.
bigger and better things.
Absolutely, man. It's fucking growing, bro. It's
Yeah,
growing.
man.
We're coming for the radio. Fuck another podcast.
Fuck, yeah.
We're coming for the title.
Coming for
baby.
that spot.
Absolutely,
We
man.
need some real heads in them radio spots.
Fuck, bro. That's
And
what
on
it
that
is.
note,
On that note, we'll leave it right there. Thank you, Gaz.
Peace.
Thank you, boys. Once again, it's another episode of Beers Beats and the Biz. We're out of here.